Okay, looks like YouTube's fixed now. I'm alright, Daijobu. I'm Daijobu enough. Jessica, I appreciate you checking in. Let's close it up and get Factorio up now. It's mostly done loading. It's done loading-ish. I didn't just drop my phone on my desk. Why did you say that? That's weird of you to assume that that's what that sound was. The last few percent of Factorio is quick, otherwise I would have probably chilled a little bit longer, but I should have left on music or something, but now we're stuck here with our thoughts. You know how I said the last few percents were quick and then it immediately like stopped at 93? That's really cool. I'm glad that it did that. There we go. We will load our stream save. Loading into my space exploration takes like years because of how big the save file is. It's so weird. Not that I've even played it. I played this a lot longer than that one. But once you get like, you can like scan entire worlds. It's a whole thing. Maybe I'll play it a little bit more sometime. Okay, so we need to fix this. There was something else that we needed to fix and I was going to be like, I'll totally remember it. Look at how nice our biolabs look though. Holy nut monkey. Thanks biolab nut monkey. You know, I hated Factorio when I started playing it. My roommate got me into it because she was playing with a few of her friends and was like, you should play with us. And I was like, no. But eventually I broke it and I hated it. And now I'm like, I wish I like backed it so my name would be on a biolab. That'd be so cool. Okay, so there was something else I had to fix. I wanted to redo this section at some point, but I don't know when that's going to be exactly. The petroleum gas got conked. But it's just because we have a huge excess of light oil. I know I just like did this a little while ago, but I'm going to make a new area with this so I can expand it. Should be easy enough to just bring the water over there. The water's already right here. Use the Q button like a good noodle. I might have to move this back a little bit, but that's fine. I'll move it back right now, actually. Just for a little bit of space. Okay, so that's the water done. It's a very unfortunate place for me to move the water to, but so it goes. I told myself I'm not going to play Factorio all day today because I had other stuff I wanted to do, and yet I find myself back. In my defense, the Arc Knight event was very short. I mean, it wasn't that short. Again, planked a bunch. I was hoping to struggle on stage 7 or 8. As I've been known to do. Glanced away and the Factorio was back. I just can't help it. I've been thinking about it. I'm not gonna be able to think about it all weekend. I'm gonna have to go see my mom for a bit and be like a functional human again. This sucks. I'm kidding. I love seeing my mom. I'm excited about it, but I will certainly be not thinking about the factory too much, except for probably, oh, I hope not. I was gonna say probably when I'm laying in bed in the guest room at my mom's place. It's quite the chore to go out to see my mom. It's pretty far away, so I always stay when I go there, at least for a night or two. Because if not, I'd spend the whole day driving, basically. Okay, we are now pod racing slightly more than we were before. Hopefully we don't need light oil for anything else, because I am cracking the crap out of it. How's it going, Q? Good to see ya. I wish there was some way I could override modules being in there. Actually, I think I can copy paste and drag it like this and this should work. Yeah, perfect. I just want it to be productivity if we're running this many rather than speed. That way we're getting the value out of the gas. It'll also drain a little bit slower too. As long as this can keep acting and doesn't have to wait, then we're good to go. Oh wow, look, the plastic is alive again. We did it. Saved. Okay, so this is a whole mess. I showed this to my roommate. She was like, why aren't you like recycling the blue circuits? I'm like, I am recycling the blue circuits. Look, it's right here. And she's like, why aren't you recycling the green circuits? I'm like, because they're useful. They're used in stuff. She's like, you need to recycle the green circuits. I was like, you're never happy with what I do. This being said, I think there was some merit in what she said. We may need to recycle the green circuits. So here's the thing. As cool as this looks, I think I might get rid of this section here. Because it's wasting like a solid chunk of real estate. So only a handful of things actually go downwards right now. Being the gear wheels and the red circuits, which only go down, I think, primarily to be recycled. Wait, what? These are batteries then, not red circuits? Okay, these are batteries. They're the red circuits. They go into a box and they get recycled. We have a super excess of green circuits. And a super excess of blue circuits, but there's no way we're always gonna have an excess of blue circuits. I think one of the most important things I need to do is set up like a primary buffer box on everything and then have that being read constantly. So when that buffer box exceeds something, that's when the recycling and stuff kicks on. I don't really know how to accomplish that though. I mean, I just described how to accomplish it. But I guess my big concern is like, there could be a time where I overuse resources, which is going to be a huge pain in the butt. Hopefully that time doesn't come anytime soon though. Alright, I don't have any of my stuff. Why is the factory running again? I didn't do anything. I think. I guess I did something because this part of it's running again. Actually, all of it's kind of running again. What the heck did I do? I'm a genius. I don't know what it was, but it totally worked. This is like a tremendous amount of blue circuits, though. It feels so wasteful to just break them down. What text did we get done? We didn't get mech armor done yet, which I know takes a boatload of processing units, but like even then we just have so many of them. It's shocking to me that they can go to waste. Do we have a box of blue circuits yet? I mean, when in doubt, throw it in a box, am I right? Hold the phone. I mean, that's an easy fix for my mental, at least. The more things are running while we're fixing things, the better. But I definitely want to reorganize stuff. It sucks. I really committed too hard to, like, this specific design. Let's reassess from the beginning. God, my sinuses are obliterating me today. Okay, so we have gear wheels. Gear wheels get recycled into iron. The iron is basically always kept. Excess gear wheels go up, which is making belts, but again, we have... Honestly, I could uncap these and then we would like never need belts again. We could just waste a bunch of gear wheels on these for now. That's really like the main thing is the iron and the gear wheels being used on this. And I guess lubricant, but that doesn't really matter. I don't see a reason to not do this while we're just kind of existing. Like boom, suddenly there's no more gear wheel deficit. That's really overkill on blue belts though. I can't do it. In my heart, I can't find it justifiable to make that many. So gear wheels are primarily used for that. They also come down here. Why do they come down here? They come down here to get recycled specifically into iron, which then goes up into an iron box and was used initially to either get obliterated at the end of the line, which certainly happens here, or make engine units, pipes. This whole section can go. We can get rid of this immediately. This could have been an email, you know? So let's make it one. Simply put, we could put this literally anywhere. This one kind of needs to fit here a little bit. I guess not necessarily. We really just need iron coming in and then steel. So I'm going to pick these up and free up this area. Because all this can go up here. Like, there's no reason not to. Literally everything other than the steel is available up here. So it's going to move up here because we need the space. Anything that can go somewhere else is a big W for me. I should fix the wiring here too, but it's not going to happen right now. Okay, so this would be an input for steel. We can just do a requester chest for iron. This also needs gear wheels. But I think just setting up a few requesters, because these are just things that we don't need super frequently. I typed in request iron instead. We could go for 100 iron. Boom, boom. Boom. That's done. We can request steel here. Put that on this belt. And then we could just have this stuff here also available. And this just frees up a pretty generous amount of space for us. Hope that's on the right side of the belt. If not, I can kind of fix it. No, that is certainly going to be on the wrong side. I want to go on the other side. Heck, I'm so bad at placing belts. Truly a hidden art from many years past. Passed down generations. Okay, cool. So this will eventually just make engine units on its own. I'm gonna just put those in there. We're already making PPAs again because of the requests and stuff, but we don't really need them, so I'm gonna just slam the ones I have in there. Cool. This little section, this little tiny mall, done, moved, space saved. So this area is now open. Which means the only reason we have gear wheels coming down here now is to get obliterated into iron and then be used in iron to make electronic circuits, which we're making an abundance of. Are we destroying iron anywhere else? Yes, we're destroying iron right here, which also turns into iron plates. And this one goes down here, which is being used for making electronic circuits in a different place. So we're making electronic circuits in two places. That's some space saved. Boom. There was 6,000 electronic circuits in there. I didn't realize how big the problem was. We've saved a tremendous amount of space already. So now the iron gear wheels come down with a priority towards up. The issue being now is that the gear wheels just go to basically die up here. They can still come down here, but I don't really think it's worth processing them in this one spot here. I think I want to free up this a little bit more too and just have it so the gear wheels stick up there. I heard a rocket fire. That means we probably have some more science, which is a nice treat. We're gonna run out of iron down here eventually. We'll need to hook this back in, or we'll need to move where the green circuits are being made. I don't even know if we need to make green circuits. That's the thing. Is it possible that we make more blue circuits than green circuits with productivity? Almost certainly not. Takes 20 of them. What does breaking down a blue circuit give us? It gives us 5. So we'd have to break down 4 of them. I guess that makes sense. It gives like 25% of what it normally is. Yeah, that's why we get 0 to 1, because it's a 50% chance at an electronic circuit. I mean, it's technically possible, right? Because if we go on rate, we break down... No, because we have to make 4 to 1. We'd have to have 400% productivity. That's not happening. I don't know why I was thinking that was viable. We could use it to make higher quality stuff, though. There's no downside to that. We need to get iron down here at some point. Doesn't necessarily have to be this second. We could also just deliver it with bots, but I'd rather not do that if possible. It's not that big of a deal if I have to, but I'd rather not. So I'm going to try to avoid that. Okay, everything is flowing for now, which is good. The iron gear wheels go to here and then die. So we don't actually make iron anymore. Yeah, cap for productivity is 300%. Nuts. When my roommate was playing a randomizer, there was no productivity cap, and her productivity could apply to anything. There was no cap, and her modules were randomized. So her speed modules were like 2% faster for like 200% the power, and her productivity module 2 specifically was like 600% productivity. And she's like, this works. I was like, that's really funny. Okay, so currently we're making no iron in the base, except right here. We're making a little bit of iron, I suppose. I don't hate this in concept where it is, but I'd like to move it, which is going to be a bit of a pain. So I'm going to set that up. I think I want to do it up here, which is not that different, but it gives me a little bit more freedom on where it outputs. I'm going to try and replicate what it was like before. This box is almost certainly fine for a while. Like, this may not even be necessary anymore. I could change this to a requester at some point for the iron, but, like, really, this is going to make so many belts on its own that, like, we really don't need it right now. So I'm going to just leave this as is and call that to be done. And then when these are processed, I'm going to have these go through the base and become part of this. The one downside is it's all the way down there, but that's okay. I think I'm going to just have it come around as such. Can't believe my bots opted for the double there and put down both the destruction of it and the underground. They say bots are inefficient. I don't think anyone says bots are inefficient. I hope not. Bots are doing their best. You gotta respect their hustle. Alright, so now I have a belt of iron, which is a dedicated belt of iron, mind you. Nothing else is like, it's not being used for anything else, I should say. It is coming down to the bottom of this area. Specifically being used for making circuits. So this is solved. This area is now opened up. We don't need this hole in the base anymore. Iron now has like a logical thing. Can iron back up? Yes, it absolutely can. There's a scenario in which this belt is full of iron. Too much of this goes down here and just sits on a belt. Iron can back up currently. We want to solve that. So we're going to set up wiring so that if we'll have a box of iron, and if that box of iron is full, it'll start chunking stuff out of it. We'll make it down here. It's a little bit tight on space because of where these circuits are, but it's fine. I want to have like a logical thing here where there is just like a kill state functionally if things go bad. This is not what I wanted. I mean, it works, but it's not as efficient. I want it in the line so it functions as a buffer. So that's when the machine knows to take it out. All right, and then we'll enable disable. We'll check for the iron content of it, and if it's above 2300. How much can this hold maximum? I should just check one of the other ones. Iron should stack to the same as... Okay, no, that's perfect. It's 4800, not 2400. I always forget if it's 50 or 100 stacking things. It's different, so we'll do 4700. That's 2700. 4700, and if it's at 4700, then it'll crunch them. So now the iron will never run out. I mean, it won't ever back up. It could run out, I guess, but it won't back up. Iron is fixed. We don't need this big gaping hole, and we've freed up spots here. Perfect. Pick this up. Boom. Next. Solid fuel. We had a solid fuel kill line. I feel like we got rid of it. Solid fuel currently goes into rocket fuel. It makes an excess of rocket fuel. It goes down here, and then it goes into the kill line. There is a kill line here. There's no condition for it, but I imagine it doesn't really matter too much on the solid fuel. Unless the rocket's going crazy, but I should probably set up a condition for it now anyways. I think it's a better idea to do that. So I'm going to do so. We're going to just do the exact same thing. Where we have a box of solid fuel. And... whoops, I made this kind of wrong. We have a box of solid fuel. When the box of solid fuel is past a certain point, it'll start crunching it. Enable, disable, solid fuel. I'm guessing it'll be the 4700 again. I think it stacks to 100 for each of them. Whoops. Did it the wrong way. Perfect. A buffer after your rocket fuel doesn't really help unless you want to manually grab it. It's true. I was just thinking the buffer would work for a nice way to count how much was there. I could also read the belt's contents, I suppose. I just didn't want it to destroy it too soon. Yeah, I guess that's fair. It doesn't actually make any difference at all because it's not going to be used for anything. That's a very good point. If I do a buffer before it, it would work better. Because I just want there to be some sitting here and ready to go when, like, if the rocket starts going off a lot, was my thought. It can work, though. I don't know why I've been on a red wire kick lately. Cool. I should start making red boxes here too. That'd be a good use of steel. I mean, it wouldn't be a great use of steel, but it'd be fine. Perfect. Okay, so solid fuel is good to go. Don't gotta worry about it. Boom. Next. Concrete. That is concrete, baby. Concrete comes to here. It goes into the concrete box, which then goes over here, which then goes over here. Gets turned into refined concrete, which we need very rarely. goes through here and then is immediately destroyed. So we're just like absolutely deleting concrete. Concrete gets turned into ore, and concrete gets turned into stone bricks, neither of which get destroyed. So concrete is a big oopsie poopsie moment that we will need to satisfy. Hopefully an easy one. Don't have a crazy amount of space because of where I set this up, unfortunately, but I think we could probably still fit in a way to rectify it. Forgot Fulgora music goes crazy. Do I really need ore? I don't think I need iron ore for anything. That's not true, actually. We need like a little bit of iron ore for... I thought it was refined concrete. Is it normal concrete that needs iron ore? Okay, then I don't think we... Yeah, no, that makes sense because it's breaking down into it. I can't see a reason. Let's check the pedia. I don't trust my memory. No, yeah, I don't really see a reason for it. So I think we just get rid of the iron ore. I think keeping it in the first place was not the wisest decision I've made. I wonder if one recycler is enough. I mean, surely it is. As long as it doesn't actually try to put in the same thing twice. That's my big concern. Like, if it puts in, you know, a stone brick, but then immediately tries to put in a... I mean, I guess I could just keep a box of stone bricks. I don't really need to get rid of the excess ones. If it tries to put in ore afterwards, maybe it'll just be fine, though. It doesn't seem like it produces it fast enough for that to be a concern. I think as long as we're turning into just one and not both of them, it won't back up. Because the ore seems to be rare, and the recipe doesn't... It seems like it naturally changes. Like, if I put in... Okay, perfect. It just crunches it. So I think this will be fine, because it doesn't... We don't really produce it fast enough to be a problem. So that should be fine. In case I want to keep some excess concrete, I have this set to 2300. Ah, okay. The box can fill up more, but 2300 is fine. I always mix up the number, because I keep thinking it's 50 stack versus a 100 stack. Alright, so let's look next. Let's look at ice. That should be fine now. Ice goes through here. Gets put through. This box is connected over here. The ice goes through here. It immediately goes into the ice cruncher with no rhyme or reason. It comes down here to become water. We need to check the contents of the water tank and not just delete all of the ice. Wow, this is some real stuff I should have done beforehand. Yikes. Ah, okay. It was reading if the... This was never hooked into everything. This was actually trying to check the ice's contents. So I did set that up ahead of time. I was surprised I just left that to delete it. I assumed that the reason that I did it was because I was just like panicking and needed to get rid of ice, but cool. So as long as we have a full tank of water, the ice will just be grabbed and gone. If not, it will continue down the system where it'll make more water. Perfect. I had a setup for that, but it was just scuffed before. On to steel. Clearly copper wires needs a bit of love, but I'm going to just keep going in order for now. I'm not going to stress it. A few seconds isn't going to be too big of a deal. So steel is one of the awkward ones. It goes over here. It fills up a box. This has no special condition. However, this recycler specifically checks to see if the box is full. This one does not. This one just works on a whim. But the recyclers are really, really slow, so they take a while. The steel goes into here and nothing else. But the steel is being destroyed at a very unsatisfyingly slow rate. Steel comes down here. Does not do anything here, and this is just where the steel goes to die again. So we just have 2 steel destruction centers. So we freed up even more space. I do think that we need to move those speed modules over to here, because clearly the steel takes a very long time to break down. I keep doing that 2300. I was like really confident that was like the play. Okay, so next is going to be batteries. I think batteries are basically good to go. I think they need to come down here. This is where they get recycled, so maybe not, but they do need to come down here to make superconductors. I'm glad the science is still flowing right now. That's comforting. Oh, good. We've made no... Did we make progress in overgrowth soil? There's no chance we made a progress in overgrowth soil. We did pretty good on it with the science we had, though, in the other machine. Because the Apollo, I don't think, is making trips, is it? Oh, no, it is. Good job, the Apollo. I kind of want to leave you docked until you have, like, a storage tank of water, but... I also like the idea of you taking care of the rest of that overgrowth soil research. Okay, so let's go back to our focus on here. This is where copper goes to die. Let's refocus. I'm getting distracted again. We were working on batteries. Batteries split. They come left first, and they just go into a box here and do nothing. So if batteries are literally doing nothing but going in this box, I don't want them going left. There's no benefit to it. Batteries will just go downwards. Batteries come down here. They go into a box here, and they get destroyed if there's excess. Perfect. There's already battery destruction here. Batteries should just go down. There's no reason for batteries to go left. Perfect. Stone goes left into the stone box. Stone box has a check on it to see... Or this has a check on it to see if there's more than 2,300 stone in the box. There's currently not. It needs to gain a few more. If not, the stone comes down here and is used to make holmium. Stone is where it needs to be. And everything seems to be set up for it to function. Red circuits. They go left, they go into a box. Think that following the previous logic that I was using, I don't want to keep them going left. Some things should go down, some things should go left. And I think that that's going to give us a lot more space and a lot less, like, stress in the middle here. Did not mean to pick up all of those red circuits. Cool. Red circuits, they go down now. They go into a box. They get destroyed otherwise. They literally have no function other than recycling currently. I feel like I saw a different place for recycling red circuits, which confuses me. There is a recycle... No, I guess it's for copper cables. That's fine. It doesn't seem like we're about to back up on red circuits, but I'll have to keep an eye on this until later. This section will probably need to be redone, but that's okay. One moment. Anyone born with like a small cute sneeze, you don't know how good you have it. Let me tell you. All right, copper cables, boom, they go left. They go left to die. They do nothing. They just go left and they die left, which is really peculiar because we seem to have an excess of copper because we're crafting copper cables down here with the copper that comes from the LDS. I guess we'll just set up destruction for copper cables. It feels a little bad though, but for now I think the best thing that we can do is just not have them breaking our system permanently. Oh, but they are going to turn into... Can I... Will it go like this? Can I flip these? I can. I was thinking something like this for a design that we could fit on the side here, because these are only going to spit out... copper plates, which I'm gonna then just have die over here. Just to keep it kind of compact and like fitting in here. Okay, so I'm going to do... I guess we'll keep a box of them and I'll just have it... I should have just connected it like that. And I'll just have these read I don't know what I'm gonna do with these cables yet. It feels bad to break all of them down. It might be worth trying to upcycle them to have raw copper cables in a higher quality. I will say above 9,000 in the box. Okay, copper cables, done. Blue circuits. They go both left and right. When they go left, they go into a box. They follow this way. They go into the rocket. Must go left into the rocket. Cool. They split downwards. Downwards is recycling. Recycling is set up for them. There's an excess box there as well, but it's already filling up quite quick, I think. Maybe there's a chunk of it I put in. That gets turned into green circuits, which then gets also turned into red circuits occasionally, but not super commonly. The red circuits go through here. They reach the recycle line. Boom. Recycling red circuits is fine. I think that genuinely we could just send them. I don't think that there's a reason to have this like buffer here or anything. They go into a separate buffer down there. This just feeds into what already exists, so we'll just get rid of this, and then any red circuits go here to die. Boom. Green circuits. Those are the big problem right now, and almost the end of our line. Green circuits come down here. We're making green circuits. We're recycling green circuits. We have so many green circuits. The issue is that these green circuits come around here, and then they get put into a box, and then when there's too many of them, they get brought down here. I guess not too many of them, but we don't have any green cycle recycling at all. Green circuit recycling. My goodness, speaking is so hard. I feel that the best place to do it is probably right here, because we already have a buffer box set up saying this is where the green circuits are, and we just opened up this area here. So we'll have this read this box specifically, and we'll say enable this when the green circuits in the box surpass 9,000. It's over 9,000. There's no way that can be right. Can it? I'm getting old. So let's do recyclers for this. I'm gonna do this up here, I think. I don't know how many we're gonna need. This is like the green circuits are like kind of ultra cunked at the end of the line. So they turn into two things, which both have to go, unfortunately. And I'm hoping that a simple splitter will be enough to solve our problems here, where we will split. We will put output priority, and then we'll make one of them copper cable. And put down some smoochin' recyclers and hope that they're sufficient enough. It's possible that this is like not necessary and they could have just been in their own like system. Oh no, right. These are actually going to turn into plates. That's why I was like, I did this for a reason. It's interesting. They will break down the plates. I don't trust them to successfully do that, to be honest with you. I really have a distinct memory, and it could just be like completely off the mark, but I have a distinct memory of it getting backed up because it was like making plates that then didn't recycle and there was something else too. Maybe that's not the case. Now the downside of this is certainly right here. As long as these plates are backed up, it's just like gunked. If one side gets backed up, the other one gets backed up too. I could employ more recyclers, I guess. I want to make sure that there's one like output recycler. Although that maybe this is where my issue came from, is having multiple recyclers. I don't know. It was a long time ago that I did any Volgan. Okay, this does seem to be notably better. This keeps everything flowing. This kills the excess green circuits. And we have a enormous excess. Everything's running again. It looks like there's not just infinite green circuits down here. Now, keeping in mind, though, We're like wasting green circuits here. Like we're making extra ones. We're breaking down the LDS, which is turning into copper, which we're turning into copper cables, which we already have way too much of, and then turning it back into green circuits, which are then being turned into nothing. It's a real Rube Goldberg machine of nothingness, but it surely exists. Looks like the power runs out in the middle of the night now. Makes sense since everything's running again, but it's still unfortunate. I was hoping I'd be able to scroll back far enough to get that little like blueprint I had that was like a square with everything I needed in it. You can roughly see the range here. I said before I don't want to encroach too much on this area, and that is still true. It's unfortunate that there doesn't seem to be a way to bring power across islands. I guess that's to incentivize you to do it. I mean, obviously if the islands are close enough like these two, we can, which is quite convenient. Oh, it looks like there's a bunch of this island I haven't even covered yet. I thought this one was completely full. I feel naked without my Spidertron. I can't tell what emotion the Fulgora music is meant to elicit at times. When it's groaning this stuff in me, I feel like I'm doing something wrong. The lightning worm is awakening. Okay, this should be good. This is at least an expansion. Maybe not a tremendously large one, but it's an expansion all the more. I realize now there's no way for me to like re-enter society. Create artillery targeting remote? No, I'm okay. I just want my Spidertron. You need to come rescue me. I'm scared. And I do not know what to do with my hands. Okay, I'm removing the productivity modules from these because I can't see a benefit to having them. Might be time to start ripping efficiency modules on things to deal with the power outages. I've been very lackadaisical on them. If it has no modules at all, it's getting some efficiency. At least while I had some. Okay, the slime is flowing, everything is functioning. How is the science looking? They're all running. Great! I think our holmium solution is probably still going to be kind of a problem, but the most important thing, again, is just going to keep everything flowing. And the more stages we use, like, as high quality modules as we can, or productivity as we can, it'd be nice. I'm really surprised that you can use quality modules on the holmium fluid. I guess just because it's a chemical plant. Wait, but why would you? I guess chemical plant can make sulfur. Okay. I was gonna say, because I don't think there's quality liquid. That would be interesting to kind of work with, but I don't know how quality liquid would work. Whoa. My first epic item. 3.8% quality instead of 2.6. So it's a pretty stark increase. Awesome. So let us start recycling these modules as well. I wonder if it's this simple. Surely the answer is no. It'd be cool if it was yes, though. So if I take these quality 2s and I put them in... Oh, I forgot that I could put quality modules in them. This makes red, blue, and quality 1. So this should be simple enough. I think I'm going to just put a inserter here that specifically looks for quality 2s less than green quality. And then those get fed into here. Great. So now anything that's not a high quality 2. I think I just put that in the Spidertron. I did. I could feel it in my bones. Oh, I have a request for quality 1s. Okay. I was like, why do they keep putting it in my inventory? Figured it out because I told them to. So anything that's normal quality will be put through here. It'll be recycled back into stuff. It'll just go into this box. There shouldn't be an excessive amount of it anyways, but it'll be used up here. That way we can work on quality. I probably want to start doing that on the other modules as well. Thinking about it critically. Use filters, and we will look for speed modules too that are less than, and then we'll switch these over to the proper ones. And those will go into a box. I'm running out of these boxes, so we'll have to fix these. Whoops. These don't go exactly where I want them to. Honestly, putting them in a box might not even be necessary. Then we'll start taking these extra quality modules we have here and we'll start slamming them in these so we can go for higher quality of these modules as well. So I was thinking that like it would be better to wait until we have quality 3s of things or module 3s of things, but the module 3 of everything takes like a special resource and I'm not quite shipping those yet. But if we start storing high quality like speed module 2s, we'll say, then with those, oh, I didn't realize that was a shocky spot. With those, we can just make them into the fancier ones later on. But I think these will be useful in general. It also gives us a bit of a way to burn through excess materials. While also getting a little bit back. Actually, no, setting it that low is not a good idea. I guess 3 is fine. I had it on 4 for some of them. I don't know why my limiting was so different on these. Okay, let me set up like a very basic setup for setting up these passive providers and stuff. Can I steal it from Gleba or something? Surely I set up something like that in Gleba. I did. I'm gonna just steal this design. We're just gonna slap it down. Wherever it fits is fine. I guess I'll put it up here so it's a little out of the way. I don't really like it there, actually. I changed my mind. I do kind of like it here, though. I'll have to manually make some red chests, but everything should be pretty easy to obtain past that. Oh my god, I almost just got trained. Okay, so now Oh, we have to make steel chests somewhere too, actually. I forgot about that. I'm probably just making them on the actual line themselves. So I will do the same here. Steel chest, boom. Easy peasy. High quality steel chests go crazy on a related note. They get increased storage size. I'm going to change these to 4K. I don't really want them to be killing it this early. Cool. So now we're making... Did these get limited on their own? They did. Perfect. I figured they would since we copied it. But now we're making a little bit of all the different chest types, so we could just request those if we want them. Power poles is another thing we should set up at some point too. I should really make like a blueprint book that just has like, even if it's just requesters of that stuff anytime I go to a new planet, but there's not many new planets left. I actually don't know if there is planets past 1 kilo. Because there's like more science and stuff, but I don't know if you actually like land anywhere or not. Because from, I mean, look at the text we have left in the game. Like, there's just not many of them. We've got cryogenic science, and then, which is from being on 1 kilo, and then this is just like Prometheum science packs take all the science packs to research, not like a landing on a place. So I don't know. I don't really know what the end game's like after that. Okay, so plastic is actually an issue that I didn't solve, it looks like. Plastic goes here to die and then has no way to be gone. So we're going to set up this for plastic. And I will just have condition here where... Actually, no, I want the condition different. Still want the plastic to come down here. But I would like... Oh my goodness gracious me, oh my, the wire can't reach. Like this to be enable disable based on the plastic contents of that. 4K. Cool. What happens here? Oh, right. This is just my one superconductor maker, which is out of plates. So we're not making any more superconductors. We have like an incredible amount of plate destruction here, which is not super conducive because we don't actually have a rhyme or reason. You know what? I think we are going to find a use for that copper wire that's doing not a gosh darn thing. I think this is the use case that we were looking for, and I would be remiss if we didn't take advantage of it. I will make... Can I move this water over 1 or 2? 2, perfect. Make this come down here. We'll do the same buffer box thing just so we have something that can read it easily. Then boom. And we'll have this. I don't know why I made it green. I guess I'm feeling very Christmas festive today. I have an enable disable on the copper plates in the box, and if the box is above 4,000, you can activate. Now that is not a very large amount of copper plates produced. Okay, I understand why this is the way it is. Just gonna nip it in the bud so it stops doing that for a little bit. This whole section here is so confusing to me. So these are making extra copper wire. These copper wire get turned into copper plates, which come in here, which then go down here. These excess batteries also make copper plates, but we don't have any excess batteries. So these are just like a use for extra copper plates. However, there's also copper plates being turned into copper wire right here. And any excess is going through here. I definitely need to recycle the extra LDS we have. Is there a good way that I can put a priority on one versus the other? You know what? There is a good way is a strong way to put it, but there's certainly a way. I also have plastic destruction here. I need to look into this really quick too. I don't think I need this plastic destruction anymore. If it's just going into that plastic box, this is removable. Okay, cool. My thought process was I can use a splitter with, I mean, even just like a normal splitter could be fine. Thinking a splitter with priority. But this will split it at least even and get some of the copper through instead of all of it going to die as copper cables. Like, I don't necessarily want to turn off this section. I don't know exactly why I'd want to keep it on if it's just going to die, right? So you know what? I'm going to do that. I'm going to have it so this gets the priority because we already have like... Although we have copper destruction here, so with priority here, it will literally never go the other way. It looks like it's basically fine without the priority because like this is stocking up now. Though we only have the one superconductor maker. These supercapacitors are like slow as dirt, so one maker might be fine. How much does this make? 1.32 per second? This makes 0.18. Yeah, okay. So like one of these can feed, what, 8 of these machines? So we might not have to go too crazy on it. I think the way I have it now is sufficient. We should switch these over to prod 2s though. I have 20 on me, but do we have any higher quality ones yet? How is this working? Not quickly enough. Let me tell you what. I think it would be a good idea for us to have... a separate set of these over here. Unfortunately, because the oil, it's awkward though. There's also a lot of extra power. I could move this whole thing over. That's gonna be such a pain in the butt though. I guess it's not that bad. I think I'm gonna hit him with the what if we moved Bikini Bottom somewhere else because I want a little bit more space. Better hope that's exactly where you want it. My thought process was the recycling ones will go into their own machine. Maybe. I guess I could also have speed module. I don't know. This just feels right to me, so I'm going for it. How heckin' full was this chest? Alright, never mind, it's done. I was gonna say, I didn't think it buffered that much. Follow your heart. I'm gonna try. By golly, I'm gonna try. Wait. Can you insert into a buffer chest? Maybe the dumbest question of all time. But also maybe not, because here's what I'm thinking. Like with an inserter? Maybe I just have these go up here and then feed back into the system so that the buffer chest eats less. Step 1, someone touch my spaghetti, right? I'm aware of like an issue with this plan, but I have a contingency for that as well. Contingency is a strong word. Okay, so these should be fairly easy to figure out now. I want to output priority right, and I want to do it on the module 2s. And then I want to do it again, because I'm just that crazy. And we do it with the blue and red or green ones on this side. You don't have any power? Dang, I'm sorry. I knew not what I had wrought. I shouldn't have connected this yet. I've still got more to do. I also really want to move this one like a foot. Bot's got to go live somewhere else for a second. And then we have one here that is output priority blue, we'll say. Then change this over to red. Actually, these should be ones, not twos. These should be ones. I could quality recycle these two. Hey, we finished Overgrowth Soil, which means now we're working on a kilo. I don't think we're anywhere close to getting to a kilo right now, but it's cool to have regardless. Okay. So with this design, which is a very human design, mind you, it should result in exactly this. So we have everything coming out its own thing. I was thinking I could just feed these back in, and because of how fast these are compared to red inserters, they might take a priority. That was my initial thought. I'll try it. I don't know if it's gonna work. I should have done these in a different order. Probably, but that's okay. No, it's not okay. It's gonna bother me basically forever if I don't change it. Me and recyclers do not mix. That's what I've learned. That's not what I wanted. Boom. Now green ones will hopefully go in with a better priority because this has a 846 degrees per second, so it's much faster than the other one. So I'm hoping that with that, it's sufficient. I will manually put down my things. We want these to be swapped as well. This is like truly a monstrosity. Really unfortunate that I'm gonna have to move all this up one. At least this middle section needs to go up one. But that's okay. Unfortunate, but not game ending. Curious, stumble on a stream to see a sushi module belt. Fulgora really is a planet of sushi. Look, it makes sense. Fulgora is a beautiful beast that makes tremendous amounts of sense. Ah, oh, love it. Can't get enough of it. Okay, now this feeds back in here. Hopefully these have a priority. This connects here. And then a few stray ones got through while I was fixing stuff. That's okay. Honestly, I don't even want to fix these yet. They can just be together. These come up here. Hopefully belts cannot be struck by lightning. Can they? They totally can, but it'll warn you. Okay. And then bada bing, bada boom. We bring this back in, and it's like nobody ever knew what we did. And then it'll get used, and it won't make a request for more, and it just makes sense. It just works. Except for these ones that are permanently trapped here. That's fair. I hadn't considered that to be a problem. And that should fix it, because there might be some that go to die there, but it shouldn't matter. It shouldn't back it up or anything, right? No, they all go up now. Josh Washington avoided sushi as the heretical bots to ship everything everywhere. The heretic. At least he repented with his Fulgora Start Trash Run. I saw that video in my feed, the Fulgora Trash Run, but I haven't watched it yet because I told myself I wanted to like try to get through as much of Space Age as I could before I started watching his Space Age stuff. I've seen a little bit, but not a meaningful amount. Okay. I love this. This works great. So now we're getting higher quality modules. We already got our first blue speed module too. So anytime it hits the productivity, oh, chef's kiss. It's so nice. So quality module 2, we only have one increased quality one, but this looks nice. This saves me the trouble from before. I like what we've done here. Has anything backed up yet? Yup. How did this back up? Did I set a number wrong? What? Yeah, I did. Everything is sort of flowing again. To pay for my sins, I will pick up a bunch of solid fuel. Okay, cool. Everything is flowing. The batteries are going down. We can get rid of this underground if we want to make it more visible to us, since it's not necessary anymore. Goes down through here. Can also get rid of a few undergrounds here. Boom. Anyways, this seems like a chill stream to watch while I play Factorio. Factorio is great. I totally do the same thing, though. It's crazy. Built a digital clock? That's crazy. How am I doing today? I'm okay. I'd be a fool to complain, that's for sure. I'm on Fulgora. It's no Gleba, but it'll do. I think I'm starting to appreciate Fulgora more. I definitely need to fix my ships up, though. That's been hard on my head. The Apollo's making trips, but man, it's really not producing enough water. I need to figure out how to fix that. I mean, I forgot we retrofitted that. Maybe it's been fine. I haven't been watching it. If nothing else, it's gone to and from Gleba successfully because we've gotten a lot of research for a kilo. So that's good. That's better than nothing. How many more researchers do we have left for Leva Science. It looks like this is the last one that's not infinite, which is nice to see. I didn't actually finish setting up my labs apparently at the bottom here. Flexing that I had fancy looking labs in the group chat last night kind of sparked a I don't want to say a rage, but it was certainly not a positive. It was a lot of people like, what the heck, why is Miko so far ahead? We need to get the gang together and start playing again, blah blah blah, which is a good thing. It was lighting a fire under everyone, you know? They had it too good for too long. They needed to understand that it's time to play Factorio Fridays again. Can I move this pipe? I got an idea for this, but I'd like to move it a little bit. There we go. When you rocket 3v3? Oh, I don't know, whenever. I'm basically always down for Rocket League stuff. Oh, why is there heckin' science on these belts? What went wrong? Okay, you should be pulling in, not going out. That's where the problem is here. But wait, why is there pink science in this belt altogether? What went wrong here? Why is there pink science here? Oh, I must have had something else pulling out. Okay, yeah, these are pulling out instead of going in. Because this is supposed to be my, my Promethean or whatever it's called, and a kilo science. I don't remember what a kilo science is called. But these are accidentally pulling out. They need to be going in. Having just made this design, I really had to be a little more careful, apparently. You're not filtered, so you're just pulling a bunch of science out for fun, too. That explains why this is broken. I think it was just that was the issue, though. You also don't have your spoilage output either. Dang, there's a lot of broken stuff here. Okay, now your spoilage output's there. Really surprised no one in the group chat called me out on it. Grateful for it, though. Always nice to not look like an absolute noob. Nice that one singular heating tower seems to be sufficient for this. Should be 5 lines in total. Well, maybe I'll do it like this, so I can keep it out of the line of the belt, or the pipe. Okay, so this shouldn't be here. This should be here. And then bada bing, bada boom. Science. Slap one of these bad boys here, and now whenever we have spoilage in here, it'll be dealt with. I really like this design. I kind of regret putting the 2 most used sciences in the middle, but at the same time, it looks kind of cool like that too. I say 2 most used, it's just that we're not making a crazy amount of this. I want to improve our production of electromagnetic science so bad, but it's tough. How's the inductor doing? It's just not delivering science because it's waiting for me to be on there. Surely that means I put it there for a reason. Right? Maybe? I don't remember why I would have put it there. Surely I put the passenger present condition because I wanted it to pick up something from novice, but I don't know what the heck it would be. So I'm not going to worry about it. It was probably to drop off the, whatever the heck it's called, the electromagnetic plant. So I'm going to just put a request in there this time. I didn't realize I just had an extra one of these sitting around. But we'll put in a request for the electromagnetic plants. That's almost certainly what it was, is that I wanted to work on fixing the, whatever the heck it's called, or redoing our circuits up here. God, I hate deserts. I hate the pollution cloud being so massive. Yeah, I feel like most of the time I play Factorio, I start in a desert. This time wasn't actually bad, though. I got very foresty on my novice here. My roommate and I occasionally, like, I say occasionally because it's not super frequent when we play it, but we play a Death World marathon playthrough on occasion. And that bad boy started right in the middle of a desert. Okay, let's not chance the lightning storm there. There one missing over here? Huh. Weird. I just wanted to clean up some of these belts so it looked nicer and there was less undergrounds everywhere. Somehow it looks worse. Okay, that's fine over there, which is great, which means I can move this underground to match up with this one, so it'll look a little nicer. That was the test biolab. I still can't believe how good biolabs are. I was riding off that high all of yesterday. Okay, so the ice is heckin' always being used now. Wait, oh, because we're full on water, it's just getting dumped. Good, okay, we're full on water. That's a good thing. Great, 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 great. Now, things backing up is no bueno, and we ideally will keep things as bueno as possible. The extra iron goes down here, comes through here, and the extra iron is just being used basically and being recycled right now. Are we just like good on resources? Now the holmium's out again. I really don't know what to do about the holmium other than just make another place somewhere. I think that's what I'm gonna have to do. Once I get some quality 3s and stuff, maybe I can... What I'm thinking is we colonize another island. Maybe this one, because I was eyeing it up before. It has so little scrap on it, though, that it becomes not so good. Let me check if the southern part looks like it's inhabitable. If you want, Kyomo and I are playing Rocket. Maybe in a little bit. Oh, no, I appreciate it. I'll check in with you guys in a little bit, though. No promises, but we'll see. But I do appreciate it. But I do want to finish this up before I forget what I'm working on. Okay, so can we put down like recyclers in this area? Yeah, this is just fine. So in spite of this being like awkwardly colored, we can use this. So my thought process is we do another scrap mine, maybe this one up here. Especially now that we have the deep oil thingies. Although this one's always full too, but I'd have to make a second train, which isn't the end of the world or anything, but we just have to set up some rail signals. It might actually just be very easy now that we have the deep oil platforms. I didn't see how we make those. Is there a, there's no special tech for it. It's just like once you unlock the rail supports, you're good to go. Oh no, we're still making it. Okay, that's what it is. We just haven't done it yet. It just allows you to do it, so it's not anything special. So once we have that done, that's awesome. Yeah, I'm thinking with the scrap train, we bring it down here. We set up recycling and we destroy everything. And I mean everything that is not A, high quality, B, holmium. Because we clearly need more holmium. That's going to like be a forever limiting factor. It's not going to be that big of a deal because we've already done like a good chunk of the relevant researches. I mean, we haven't done that many of them, but once they're done, it's really only going to be used for the forever researches. So we don't need to do it super urgently or anything, but I kind of want to do it. The nice thing too is I kind of want to turn Fulgora into just like a, you know, a recycling plant to try and get quality because I think quality is cool. Okay, it's gonna be a lot easier if we do that research first, though. So I think I'm gonna sneak that ahead of a kilo. Assuming we're not doing any research on a kilo right now, that means that we have no lab of science sitting around. So I'm gonna just swap into rail support foundations, which will kick right on. Look at that graph. The SPM is so nice with these new labs, I swear. Hopefully it'll finish in no time. I don't know how much we have on Novice for our science right now. Looks like not a lot to basically none. So I would be surprised if we had enough to finish this off. But maybe. Okay. So the foundations are being worked on. Yeah, they're already tapering off. So we'll need to do one more trip. I think the The inductor already dropped off science. She's like, God, we eat so much electromagnetic science packs. It's crazy. I guess I'm only having it pick up 1,000 right now, but I really don't think we make that many. How many do we make per minute? I should probably look at Fulgora to see that. It's going to be like nothing. That's consumption, not production. We make 40 per minute. So even if the trip was like 20 minutes, we would never be able to like meet the demand for it. God, it's rough. When you get out of that holmium's a real issue. Like, we're not zeroed out on it, but I have to imagine we're about to be, right? I could speed it up, but we really need all the productivity we can to get as much out of this juice as we can. Those are prod 2s. These are not prod 2s, so we could technically upgrade these to save a little bit, so I'm going to do that. Perfect, there's some rare ones here. I'd like to use them. We could just copy paste that over those. And that'll get us a little bit more out of them at least. I don't know exactly where we want to use the rare ones. My heart says we should dump the rare ones into the science packs. By the end of the day, it might actually be better to put the better quality early on. I don't know. Nothing else, this almost produces, like, this one on its own almost produces 2 science pack per science pack now, which is pretty clean. I really enjoy that. But man, we're still not making enough. Quickest solution, probably speed beacon your scrap recyclers. That's a good point. I kind of forgot that these could take anything. I'm surprised this top path was completely empty. Oh, it's because this one's feeding 2 separate ones now. I forgot. Oh yeah, no, that certainly speeds up the processing. Okay, we finished our foundations. We did have enough. Wow, you get so much out of those labs. That's actually crazy. I would have never expected that to be enough. Let me see. The Apollo is the one making trips now. It takes a long time to fuel up, though. Maybe it's done a trip in the meantime and I didn't realize it. I wish I could see when it last went on a trip. We're getting no research, so we should have none of the science. I don't know why the Gleba trip is so much worse than the Fulgora trip. I mean, I know why. Okay. I definitely want quality 3s. I mean, we can go for the mech armor. I don't see a big reason for it. Lightning collectors could also be good. Let's go for quality 3s first. What do they take? Superconductors. I don't know if we're going to make them this second. I'd like to, though. I want to queue up everything that's going to just be the generic Fulgora science, just so we can see what we're working with. Do I even use personal batteries in my armor? I probably do, and I just don't realize it. Tesla weapons are less exciting than I thought they would be. Just because, like, I'm not at a current state where I really need them. I do use batteries in here. They just don't really do much with the fission reactor, I guess. Maybe they do a lot more than I give them credit for, but 2 fission reactors in here is probably more than sufficient. This does seem to work out really well for what we wanted, though. We're recycling the excess. We're producing quality modules that are nice, as well as productivity modules. Of course, there's the caveat now where we just don't have any normal productivity modules sitting around because we're only accepting the higher quality ones, but that's fine. I think that's probably worth it in the long run. How's our holmium production going now? Our science pack is still sitting around the same spot. I should have looked at holmium specifically. I mean, that could be a good thing, though. If our science pack's there, that just means it's running and we can speed it up. Our holmium solution is going upwards now. That's positive, but I'd still, like... I can hear that the inductor is above us, because there's rockets going off. Maybe we're making a satisfying amount of rockets to satisfy the inductor's path currently. I had to ask for 2,000 this time, so maybe it'll just chill above us longer. I don't know. I definitely think there's some merit in that. It's going to take a boatload of power and stuff too. I really wish is there really no way to get power across these areas? Because like even roboports I can really get across here. Setting up the initial accumulators will probably be fine. I think I'm making it out to be worse than it actually is in practice. I have the utmost faith in my bots doing this a lot better than I will. Good job, bots. You're killing it. We have run out of cliff explosions, but I think you did good. Definitely don't want you to be not in me because you can get struck by lightning and potentially die. I don't know if you can actually die or if the other bots will repair you, but maybe you're too far away. Not really yet. Quality power pulse can reach further, but not that far. Strange. It's not the end of the world, but it is like a little bit inconvenient. Almost makes me want to set up like a train. Can trains have... No, I guess I could just set up a train with chests. It doesn't matter if it has logistics or not. I could just have like a train that gets like supplied constantly with like a bunch of basic things to go to a new island. But I don't really know how many islands I'm going to go to. Like, I don't know how necessary it is to travel between a bunch of islands. Do I have any available cliff explosivos? I do, thank goodness. I don't think I have many of them. What is this doing here? It looks like nothing now. God, there's a lot of superfluous stuff sitting around still. I think everything's running a great deal better than it was before, and it's a little bit less messy. It's still messy, mind you. Why? Oh, I know exactly why this happened. I had a bunch of quality modules on me and I stuffed them in there without thinking, so I backed up. That's fine. It should go through them pretty quick anyways, but I was dumb. I was like, why did you back up? You shouldn't have backed up. Why did you make so many more quality module 2s? But didn't. So overgrowth Yumako soil is the same research, except it takes a little bit of water, and instead of nutrients... Oh, it takes more seeds, actually. It takes more seeds... Takes spoilage instead of nutrients, takes biter eggs, no landfill. It does. Oh, it already needs the artificial one, so it does need the original. That's a lot of seeds for that, and it has to be crafted there. So to make this, we actually have to ship the biter eggs. How bad will biters be if they like... No, come on. If biters break out in space, those bad boys are just gonna float into the abyss. It shouldn't matter. Actually, we have a bunch of turrets on the ship too, so I think biters breaking out on a ship would not be that bad. Might still be kind of bad though if there's like 300 of them. Kind of a pain in the butt, though. I don't think I'm going to be shipping a crazy amount of biter eggs to Gleba unless we're necessarily forced to do so. It does seem like a pain, so I would rather not if possible. How's the power doing overnight? I wasn't paying enough attention. It gets really close. It looks like 13 gigajoules is basically completely necessary when everything's running, but it is running, which is better than it not running. How is the Apollo doing? It's still sitting here. It just takes so long to fuel. What am I going to do about this? Like, I'm having them recycle into ice, but that's still not enough. There's got to be a better way. I could certainly change these from speed over to productivity. I don't know how much of a difference that would make. I definitely want to make the higher quality asteroid collectors, because I do think those make a difference. I wish I could put a priority on this, rather than a filter. I know that with... combinators, I can certainly make it so that it'll only grab specific things. That's something my roommate did do before that I saw. But man, I would have no idea where to start. Wow, the Solomon Ductor dropped off the stuff and then came back looking for more. I think? Maybe not. Maybe it was just the one. Damn. Why is this ship so good? I feel like I didn't connect a pipe or something on the Apollo. The Apollo is so much less efficient for some reason. What could it be? It must just be that Fulgora is further away, so there's more ice. That's all I can imagine. It's totally that. Gleba's just not far enough away. Is an evolution factor on Gleba? That kind of sucks. I didn't think about the fact that I have to deal with large pentapods one day. Truly a harrowing thing to learn. Gleba is straight chilling. I guess we haven't picked up too much science from it in a little bit. Oh, I'm so conflicted. What would I do to fix this? I mean, we need more ice. I could theoretically ship water up to it. That doesn't feel right, though. It's just water that's necessary. I could condense steam, but that's suboptimal, we learned. Like, this doesn't use that much steam. It uses like a little bit, but not much at all. Like, this is dropping the bucket. I could use better productivity modules. I should be productivitying the ice. Can you productivity ice? I don't see why not. That helps at least a little bit. But I still feel like that's not going to be nearly enough. Heck. It's got to be something I can do. I just don't know what it is. We can productivity the ice. So that's, unironically, that's like 12% more water that we just got, which is not great, but you know, every step makes a difference. Plus this is another percentage jump. Is Crusher productivity a thing on its own? Yeah, okay, it's the asteroid productivity. That's probably worth going more into. That'll solve a lot of our problems. I noticed that some of our asteroids are going over there, so this one doesn't successfully... Or maybe it's doing it and then the excess ones are going there. I don't know. I saw that some iron got yeeted, which means this activated. Maybe this wasn't able to catch enough of them. If only there was some other way. I mean, I could theoretically barrel up water and then send it and then break it down. It's only 50 water per barrel, though. How many water barrels can go on a rocket? 100? I mean, that's a significant amount of water per rocket. That would solve so many problems? Am I crazy for thinking that? That would be like really easy to accomplish too. Maybe I'll do that. I can get rid of this now. So if I do emptying water barrels, the one thing I'll need to do is put the barrels back in. Oh no, I could just yeet the barrels off. This is space. Who cares? Heck, I was gonna say heck space, but I actually like space a lot. Don't heck space, but we can just like get rid of the barrels as intended, you know? This is such like I want to call it eloquent, but maybe eloquent's the wrong word for it, but it feels like such a logical solution. Water is abundant here. Why don't we just send water to where it's needed? I've never done barreling water before though, so maybe this is like dumb as bricks, but it sounds like a good idea to me. Is water anywhere up here? It's kind of close. Water's like right here-ish. There it is. Goes all the way over there, so we'll just barrel the water right here. How about that? It's close enough. We'll do it up here. How about that? We will need to obviously have barrels as well. But I'm thinking like, if we have a request for like 500 barrels or whatever, it'll take up some space, but they'll always have excess water. And then every time it goes back here, it'll just get some water. This feels like I figured it out, but it also feels like I should have designed my ship better. So it feels a little like bittersweet in a way, if that makes sense. Like this feels sufficient, but it also feels like I failed. Which might be a little bit dramatic, I'll give you that. Being like, oh, I failed because I am barreling water into space. I mean, maybe we get a little thirsty when we're up there. Oh, that's quite the blunder. I even mismicroed the whole time trying to fix it. I don't see a reason to not make the barrels like here. There's no reason to requester them. I think they're just steel, right? Yeah, they're super easy to make. This is an idea. It's better than just sitting here going, what do I do? What do I do? At least in my mind. I should have done the thing where you hold down the button. But that is okay. It is fixed now. I want to do that research for faster bots too. But I like this. This is a solution utilizing barrels, which I basically never touch anyways. How quickly does... Okay, water barrels like no tomorrow. Great. So the Apollo is going to get a request. We're going to add here. And it's going to be a water barrel. And I would like 500 of it. None of it's available? Oh, it's not in the logistic network. I was like, what do you mean? See, look, this is an excuse to move our logistic network. Perfect. Boom, we've expanded. Oh my god, it takes up a tremendous amount of space, actually. Maybe 100 is a better idea. I mean, that's 1,000 water. Like, unironically, that's a really big deal. And it'll keep requesting it as it unbarrels them. That way it's not asking for 5 rockets, so it's only asking for 1. I'm gonna pause thrust for the moment as well. Just to see how well this works, or if this is like ultra cringe. It feels good. Logically, it seems like a sound idea. Okay, we're sending a bunch of water into space. The Apollo is like, I'm thirsty. Slurp, slurp. Well, because you're okay. I understand. I was like, why aren't you grabbing? It's because this is technically grabbing from the cargo bay. That was my mistake. Little bit unfortunate in regards to clean pipes, but not the end of the world. Really weird that you can't grab from cargo bays. Thankfully, things here build really quick. Honestly, I think this idea goes crazy. I think this idea is like it. And then we just yeet him into space. Someone else's steel. Someone's gonna get that on their ship. They're gonna collect some steel and they're gonna be really excited about it. And we'll have a chest of a bunch of them, so whenever it arrives next time, I won't have to like wait at all if it asks for more. And it's water too, like it's so abundant. Like we've actually like capped our thrusters basically, or our thruster fuel with it. I wonder if there's a way to change the request off. I mean, we don't have to change it off ever because we only have a handful of it at any given time, and we have the extra cargo bays. I'm like a little bit coping here. I don't know if coping's the right word, but I feel like this was smart. This solves all my problems. Now, it's only going to have a little bit when it gets to Gleba, but I think that on the way it should be able to collect a lot of extra water. But this should help us get our Gleba science again, at least. Looks like we're going to be able to eke out Lightning Collector, which is going to be a nice treat. Hopefully, at least. It's getting slower. Boom, the Apollo goes. It's already taken the excess water and eating the rest of it out. This is a deluge of iron ore in barrels. We're doing so much for the world. And that way we have a little bit of a buffer of water, so these can start making more fuel. Finished our lightning collector as well. I guess we'll start working on mech armor just to burn some of our research. Actually, you know what? It's going on a trip to Aquila right now. Or not Aquila. Gosh, a trip to Aquila. Trip to Gleba, so we'll focus on getting Aquila sorted out. Like, it only takes, what, 100 or 200 water to make 1500 fuel? So this is kind of genius. Like, we have enough water stored up now to get back. Who would have guessed that barreled water was just the solution? And the best part is it will just keep doing it basically whenever it's docked in Novice. This is perfect. This is the solution we needed. Now we have an excess of water. Do we have a way to yeet excess? We do. The belt is scaled to be wrong though, so let's make this down to a big ol' 40. We can be a little bit more generous with this one. That dropped literally all of it. Because this belt is now connected rather than being disconnected. I see. That was not what I had anticipated. So we did just dump a pretty tremendous amount of ice, which is a little bit sad, but thankfully we have all that water we built up. So this was a very easy, eloquent solution. The Artemis has just been sitting above here for a while, but we'll figure out what to do with that soon. But that solved one of the things that I was really hoping to solve. And it was all just barreling water. We just became, what's a water company? Oh, you know what waters I used to really like? They come in like a tall, thin bottle. I think they were called Smart Water, but no, that's totally right. It's like a tall, thin see-through bottle with like blue branding on it, and they're like, "Oh, we air distill our water or something, or like steam distill our water." And I was like, "That's such a scam. That doesn't mean anything, but it tastes amazing." So I do like it, but it's almost certainly some kind of messed up scam. I wish I could put like as much as it can get and then go, oh, actually that does kind of work. If I put 4,000, like as soon as it's filled, it's not looking for 2,000 specifically. So that should be fine. This will ask for as much of it as it can get. Once it's filled, it'll leave. And judging by our water, this solves everything. I can't believe I didn't think about barreling water ahead of time. I guess because I kind of forget barrels are a thing, but this seems just like such an eloquent solution. Cool. So that'll go drop off everything and then barrel a bunch of water and continue going. I could probably apply that to the inductor too if it becomes necessary. Honestly, I don't see a reason to really not do it. I think I'm going to just copy it now and put it on now, to be honest. It'll request the missing things when it gets over there. And I'm going to just add in at the novice requests, water. That way everyone should just fill it up the water tanks and it won't be an issue no more. Everything will be good. Our science can start flowing again for the first time in a while, thankfully. I still need to work on this though. How is it looking? Our holmium's going up, which is alarming. Did anything back up yet? No, everything still looks good. Cool. So I guess the most logical thing to start with is more electromagnetic plants. Making science. Or perhaps using higher quality ones to make more science. We have spit out a couple of uncommon ones, so let's slam those over here so that we get the speed boost from those. So these are 1.3, so they're 30% faster. They are slower because of the quality modules, so it's nice to do this, but I'm not compromising on quality modules on these. The best quality modules we can get, we're taking. Speaking of, or productivity, not quality. I can speak. It's not my first time speaking. It might seem like it at times, and I appreciate that you appreciate that, but not my first time speaking. Slowly chunking through my excess ones that are not quality yet. I could speed beacon these, but I don't really see a reason to. Like, we can make it faster, but we're going to just rip through our holmium quicker. I think it's better to just stick with the higher quality of the electromagnetic plants. I may want to start recycling these. Oh, you know what? I should have grabbed some better quality modules and stuck them in here because I think we have enough for another batch. Holy moly, we have a bunch of the nice quality modules. Cool, so we got a 13% chance to roll high on this one. Honestly, I should probably downgrade this one into a less fancy one for now. There's no benefit for that being quality, but there is benefit down here just for the sake of speed. Oh my god, the Apollo's already back. And it's producing water. Scientists hate this one trick. Okay, I'm going to bring this down to 1k again, because this is now going to travel very quickly. I think that this is going to be able to pick up more science than we can make with this water change on these. Yeah, I'll just leave that on 4k. This one works fine because we want to grab as much science as we can and then just have it basically leave as soon as it arrives. The inductor, I worry that it has too much fuel at any given moment where it's just going to be going to and fro without getting at least 1,000. But I think we make Gleba Science really quick. What rate do we make Gleba Science compared to the other one? Let's check our per minute. It's 150 per minute, so even like a 5-minute trip to and fro is going to result in at least 1,000. So we can fill a rocket. But currently, Fulgora is making such slow science that we need to make sure that the ship stops and waits for a little bit. It's up to 57 now. It's better. We were at like, what, 44 for a long time. So it does make sense. Our holmium solution's going down now, though. It's fine. I know I'm putting off doing the other island. But everything is flowing. This area runs out of scrap very quickly. This one runs out very slowly. I'm going to take this up here, I think. Probably should reverse where these are. The roboport's got to move over one for that to happen. And I'm going to just output priority left. Then input priority right. Because this one always seems to have extra and this one always seems to have too few. So hopefully that helps kind of balance it out a little bit. Not as pretty, but it's fine. Not really getting super lucky on the epic quality ones. Not that we have a high chance of it. 57 speed up is crazy, though. Yeah, the Apollo is doing just fantastic on water now. God, it was so simple. Especially because Novice isn't really doing much right now. It's just straight chilling. We do want to make sure that that 500 ammo is met. That's like the thing I'm pretty firm on. I don't want to risk the ship getting too crazy when it's too fast. I'm going to productivity the iron because clearly we don't have enough of it to make ammo when we're in certain areas. Again, I don't think the power is going to ever be an issue. I returned from unconsciousness. Welcome back to the world of the living. I'm a spider. I bet my mom's so proud. Have you considered foundries on space platforms? I sure heckin' haven't. I didn't think that was even like a possibility. So it does make sense. I gotta move my water. I keep almost knocking it over. I need a foundry that I can steal really quick. So what would we do with it? How what would we? Okay, I get that we have calcite. Okay, I'm following that we have calcite. Where's the lava coming from? Can you barrel lava? You can make iron into molten iron? What? How? Is that a thing? That sounds incredible. I would have. Oh, sorry, I smacked you again. I would have done that ages ago. It feels like Volcanus was a lifetime ago. Oh, heck, it's right there. Okay, so 50 iron ore and 1 calcite equals 500 molten iron. 500 molten iron is going to be 50 plates? But with a boatload of productivity, it's going to be more than 50 plates because it has a 50% innate productivity. And I could probably store a lot more of it too. I don't know how big the internal buffer is for this, but I bet it's easier to store it as a liquid than it is as a solid. Heck, I completely forgot that was a thing. That's an incredibly good idea. So this is a crafting speed of 4. And these have a crafting speed of 2 default. Dang, the Apollo is so efficient now. That's clearly the next logical step, though. Okay, I'm gonna put in a request for 2 foundries then, I guess. I wish either of these were above, what do you call it, novice. Yeah, God, we make that sign so slow. We'll certainly be able to discover a kilo, but I don't know when we're going to go there. I mean, I don't know how bad it is. We keep needing to retrofit the Artemis, too. What is your thing? You're not even grabbing science right now. There's 6,000 of it still on the planet, but surely we're going to need more eventually. Maybe not. Let me think. Foundries are a really good idea. I request 2 foundries and then we'll work on it there. We'll add the weight condition for both of these, passenger present, so that once they get there, we can make sure that we take care of it. Whoops. Because it seems like we have a ton of excess calcite, judging by this. We may need to move things around a little bit. Specifically move this down like 1, but it shouldn't make a difference. But once either of them go back to Novice, I think I'll work on that. I believe Novice has a few foundries sitting around. Apparently it's 5 Spidertrons sitting there. Surely there's some foundries. Maybe I don't have any foundries? The Radiant Starfarer is actually not doing like anything right now. I'm gonna have to grab a bunch of foundries. We'll add that to the list. It's literally just flying there, verifying that it has enough artillery shells, and then coming back, which is kind of a waste, but it doesn't really, I mean, it's just living its best life. Come on, surely one of you is about to leave. I'm impatient, so I'm gonna send the Apollo home, I think. I can actually get so much more science still, so I lied. We need to fix the Gleba rockets to be quicker. I'm willing to bet I don't have beacons made here, but I may have brought some. I sure heckin' did. I brought 3 of them. What does it take to make a beacon? Surely it's not hard. I've never done the requester chest and then make what I want in this one spot thing before, but it kind of goes crazy when you're like, I need this solved now and I don't want to deal with him. At least from another planet, it's quite convenient. Okay. This will eat a lot more power. Like a lot more power. So let me just verify that we're not gonna die, I guess. I mean, surely this won't push the needle over. This could totally push the needle over. Where's the power? There it is. Oh, right, but we have the rocket fuel that just like barely goes into it now. I forgot we did all the wiring on that. Yeah, it'll be fine, probably. All right, the inductor's going home. Great. I'm going to go to set up a foundry, and I'm going to just set up one here and one here, so it'll request 2, because I think I want to do 2. Maybe 1 will be fine. They kind of eat power. But I mean, we have a nuclear reactor up here. We may as well eat power. Okay, so it's above novice now. It looks like there are none available, which means I probably want to swing Starfarer to grab some. I can't believe we have no foundries on novice at all. I guess I never considered using them on novice, so I never shipped any. The inductor can almost certainly like grab it quicker. So I think I want to just have it go to Vulcanus really quick. Because I think it'll be able to grab foundries in general quicker than sending the Starfarer to go do him. So I'm gonna remove the request for construction. Surely Vulcanus has some in a box somewhere. Heck yeah, we do. And some uncommon ones too. The uncommon ones are probably good for space, in fact, so I'll make sure to make a request for some uncommon ones as well. And we'll set a custom minimum payload of... we'll do 3. Honestly, we'll just do the 4 because I could. No, we'll do 5. I was thinking like, no matter how I slice it, it's gonna just. I don't want it to ship only 1, but I'm assuming it'll bring more than 1 for each one. I don't want to make this 5 different rockets or 6 different rockets. It should be fine like this. So we did run out of fuel on the way. I'm gonna pause thrust here. This said, we fortunately have a good buffer of water now and plenty of everything else. So these are going to make plenty of fuel very quickly, thankfully. Probably good to stock up on cliff explosives though too. Those are nice and kind of annoying. The foundry idea is very clever, though. I like it. I still can't believe that it was as simple as shipping up water barrels. Like, that's genuinely, like... I was thinking this is, like, copping out. No, this is genius. Being a novice, be a beautiful, bountiful wasteland with... I don't know why I called it a wasteland after calling it bountiful. You got biters everywhere, living their best lives. But what do biters not need? Water. You ever see biters walk over to water and drink something? I don't think so. But what do we need? Water. Abundant. Fish need water. Spidertrons need fish. Therefore, Spidertrons run on water. I just watched an artillery shell fire. Look, does that look like someone that would drink water? I don't think so. Not anymore. But we have so much water. Oh, I'm so smart. Why are you not shipping up more? Spiders are angry because they're dehydrated. That's a water check right there. It's so weird, right? Sometimes when I'm like, I try to stay hydrated, right? It's important to do. But there are times where I'm just like, no, I'm not drinking water. I know that I need water. I'm not thirsty enough to justify drinking water, so I'm not going to do it. Which is so stupid because like, I need water. Why am I not like thirsty? My body should know better. You kidding me? We don't have beacons here either? Well, look at this. We could just go to Gleva really quick in this crazy innovative thing we just made. Bring it to Volcanus and bam. God, that's convenient. Requester chests go crazy. I didn't really realize their power, to be honest with you. I should probably upgrade to multiple silos on other planets, all like silliness aside. All my malls are like solely robot powered. I can see the appeal of it. This is definitely the farthest I've ever been in a Factorio game. So I've never really like done other thing other than like, oh my gosh, I made like a giant, like a really giant solar array. Maybe I'll show it. No, because I have to sync mods and stuff. I was gonna say maybe I'll show it off on the Factorio playthrough I have. But I made like this really massive solar array, and it was like thousands of solar panels per blueprint and accumulators, and it looked really nice. And I was just like tiling it, and I would just set it and then like look at it like 20 minutes later, and it would just be like mostly done. And it was so convenient to have bots to be able to do that. Okay. Wait, you're on... Why are you on Gleba with passenger not present? Whoops, I set that in the wrong thing, so we have a bunch of spoilage because I'm a dumb McGidiot head. Okay, we wasted a little bit of power. Why are you not getting anything? It's just because it's slow and it was fulfilling... the cliff explosives are like really small rocket capacity. I'm really surprised you've gotten so little of what I asked for. I feel like I've seen like 5 rockets fire. There must be something else that we're filling. Oh no, the Starfarer is there and it was taking priority. It's fighting for it. It left. I didn't give it enough credit. I was disrespecting the Starfarer and it's taking all the foundries. Oh no. I can't believe it. I was like, I keep seeing these rockets fire, but we're not getting anything. I didn't think the Starfarer would make it here in time, so I sent the inductor over. Good for that. Well done, ship. Really, the Apollo and the Artemis have been the struggle bus ships, but you know what? They're doing their best, and I still like them. All right, we're sending you home, because these only ship 5 at a time, and you have, like, all of them. That means the Apollo can at least nab a few of them from here, maybe temporarily, while I do the design. I really love these water barrels, though. These have made me feel something I haven't felt in years, which is, like, having water, I guess. So here is my thought for the foundries. If we can fit them in the line here, it would be nice. I can move the production of bullets basically anywhere. It doesn't really matter as long as they're placing on the far side of the belt. So this like little setup here, it just fits them in the belt and saves some space, but I can easily put them, like I can put them right here and it'll have like the same effect functionally. The important thing is that I need to have it so that they'll be able to receive the plates. The other thing that we're going to need to take into account is that this is going to need to go like this. So now, why aren't you getting calcite anymore? Ah, okay. That had to go like that too. And not why aren't you getting any water? So now the calcite is accessible from where the foundries are going to go, which I assume is this area here. I could also have like the bullet production up here or something if they could fit. It's a little bit tight, unfortunately. If we had one more space here, I would just bring up the iron here, but it might be a bit of a pain otherwise. Although at the same time, it's probably super doable. Like if I put, we'll say one here and then had them offload onto this belt and this belt. Like that would just be fine. Oh, but we're still like a little tight on the iron. I could have it underground though. Maybe I'll make the iron up here instead, or the bullets up here. Should be really easy with underground belts, right? The iron goes like this. And then boom. Turns into bullets. This needs to go one to the right. And then we've kind of taken advantage of that space and we have a lot more to work with now if our bullets go out here. With the same, this is like the same effect as here. I should not get rid of this yet. We need the calcite to come down, which we can bring in through here just fine. I'm going to start dismantling part of this since the Apollo is just sitting above Novice. There's no real threat or anything. Because like these foundries these are big boys. These are boys of significant girth, and I want to make sure that we are good on that. Still haven't got enough cliff explosives yet. No. You know what? Forget your foundry logic request. You're just looking for these now. Because there's already foundries on the Starfarer, which has arrived here, so I'm going to yeet these foundries down onto Novice so that ones that want to work with them can. Which means I'm going to start disconnecting this part now. It is safe in the space above Novice, so there shouldn't be any issue here, I hope at least. Beginning my war against the biter squatters, I'll purge them far beyond the pollution cloud. That's the way to do it. Tell them heck 'em. Burn their house down with the lemons. Okay, so what is the recipe for this? I probably shouldn't do it with this one because it's going to request this one. This recipe is iron ore and calcite. Oh no. Did I stop it in time? I sure did. Calcite is here. We're gonna have to fix this reading thing again. Or this yeeter specifically. We would probably just want to move it somewhere else. Not here, mind you, but somewhere. So the calcite comes down here. I mean, we could also just leave it there and put a different number on it. I want to call for an uncommon foundry. Maybe we only need one? Like, we could fit two, I think. It's just going to be a tight fit. So, boom. Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. Uncommon foundry. Trying to think about how we could best fit this here. I might be going overkill on how many grabbies it needs. It might just be fine like this. We'll have this on the recipe for... Oh, right, we need two, because we're making molten iron and then casting it, so we need two specifically. Okay. I was thinking that we wouldn't need... We could just, like, cook the bullets while they were molten still, but we have to cast it first. So I guess this one will be... Oh, this is confusing. I didn't realize this would be the steps, but it's fine. And that one just needs molten iron, so that one's, like, super simple. This is the wrong one. This is the right one. So you... are going to want a bunch of grabby hands. And we have a second one of you, and we're going to make you smooch. Boom. Smooch, done. And then that should just be it. This will accept the iron ore and the calcite. This will accept the molten iron. This will output iron plate. They go up here. Bullets are made over here. On the other hand... I think we're going to do even more bullet production. They are smooching. Sometimes I just can't help myself when the opportunity is there. I'd like to try to make these produce more bullets. And I think it's not impossible to do. On the other hand, if I switch it, I can make them smooch down here instead. Which is an option. Output here. And then we have this area to also make bullets. Which feels like a heck of an idea to me. Is it necessary? I haven't the fuzziest. But we can at least fit one more ammo maker here without, like... batting an eye, basically. What am I doing? Why would I do this? This can just off-put like normally. Okay, that's a lot simpler. So if we put it like this, honest to goodness, this is a little tight on space, but assuming that we can verifiably keep up with it, this could be an idea. I need the inductor to go home. It has successfully grabbed the uncommon foundries I wanted. No, go to novice, please. Why are you... Oh, you're waiting for something to arrive still. Because they made a few more of them. It should be here any second. Perfect. So with this, it should work. I don't know if it'll make enough, but it might. I don't know how big the internal buffer of molten iron is either, so this could be bad, but I got a feeling it's going to be good. I mean, we have productivity down the line now, which we didn't have as much of before. These have a crafting speed of 5.2, and the other ones we were walking with were 2 normally, but down to 1.8 due to the productivity modules we had in them. So, what, 2.5 of those, almost 3 of those is equal to 1 of these. So we do technically have less smelting, but that's not taking into account the productivity that we're outputting as well. So this is making 4.87 iron plates per second, which feels insane. Considering that these are making 0.87, then this should just be a Stark upgrade, period. Nearly double. Though a lot of that's coming from the uncommon foundry, which is to say we really need to ship over some quality modules to Volcanus and Gleba to get their respective buildings in higher qualities, because they go crazy with how much they scale, because they're already so fast. And I think it's like a multiplicative thing where it's like a certain percentage better for each tier you do. So obviously the faster something is, the better it'll get as time goes on. So the inductor is here. We will yeet down. I should not have done that. Can I cancel that? Thank you. I'm going to erase this here, and we're just going to copy the design I made, because I have that much faith in it that I think it'll work out just fine. Thankfully, the Apollo and the inductor are cut from the same cloth, so it should be easy enough for us to just copy this part. Oh, I see. I was like, why isn't it like going into my hand? And then we go boop. Why is something... Oh, I didn't grab the top part. I was like, why is something very different here? What is this belt? This belt scares me. Why is there a belt here? What was the use of this belt? Where did it come from? Where did it go? Oh. It was a remnant of the updated processing that I had set up on the Apollo, but had not put onto here. Are these equal now? Spot the difference puzzles. Anyone good at those? I'm sure not. This is definitely different. I can see it on the right side. But that's because this has the old calcite destruction. That also means the calcite's not coming through here. Okay, we're gonna have to move this down. That's something that I forgot to do. Wait, did I move this down? Okay, this hasn't been moved down in the inductor yet. That's where the issue is. Wait, can the Apollo... No, it cannot. I was like, can it actually off-put this fluid? Well, that's something we had to fix. Oh no, I'm making this way more complex than it has to be. There we go. There is some really superfluous pipes and stuff around, so I guess it's nice to get those fixed. Is this one lower now? Is that what's different about it? Oh no, the Apollo's is fine. But it's missing this. Cool. The inductor doesn't have that at all yet, so we have to copy that from the Apollo. Boom. I'd removed this, which is why the belt's different, so now they should be the same. Alright, everything looks good now. Can this still output fluids? Yes. Can this still output fluids? It can now. Can now. We got the extra crafters now. The inductor needs to shoot down its extra foundries. Interestingly enough, we just always have like excess molten iron. Not the problem I expected to have. I didn't set up actually making the bullets down here. Oh, I messed this up somewhere down the line. Is it fine on the Apollo and fixed here? That's what it is. One more spot the difference. There we go. Cool. So now these can all make bullets successfully. Everything can output fluid, and now we have a buffer of molten iron, which might be useful. We're making certainly more iron per second because this is always on. Oh, stop attacking my base on novice, you jerks. Okay, now everything should work. These are arriving, it looks like now. Or soon. They're yellow at least, so we've identified that they're going to pick them up. Then this one should be good to go too. Off puts here. These need their little grabby hands here that I didn't set up before. Boom. Uncommon foundries. Oh my gosh, I couldn't speak there. Something we do need to do though is eventually we might need to clear out calcite. I think that I'm not going to deal with that until there's too much calcite. Maybe. I don't know how big this belt is. I think our best bet is to yeet it from here again. This being said, we might not really have an issue for a while. It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell. I guess what I'll do is just have it reads the belt's contents and disable when the calcite's past like 100 or something. 100 might be too much for it to successfully do. I always do that. Calcite. Continue. Oh yeah, it's got to be even better. We need the calcite to be over 200, we'll say. And it's also checking for 200 calcite. I'd like to change this over to productivity modules like I did on the other one. Ideally, we'd get these productivity modules too, but I think that this is a nice upgrade. We've now solved water on our ships. They're importing it from Novice, which means that we're basically always good. I turned this off at one point. Oh, I guess because the inductor just didn't have it on because I didn't want to grab uranium, but that should make it that fine. The Apollo is now capped on water with some sitting in here as well. I don't know why it has so many barrels. I guess because it had sub 100 and sent another 100, but that's fine. As long as it has space to pick up science and stuff. It's also sitting above Novice and just not dropping agricultural science, which is a surprise to me. Why is that? Did I accidentally get rid of my request for it? Oh, we just have an absurd amount of it. I need the inductor to heckin' go because we need some Gleba, or not Gleba science. Wait, the inductor's going to Gleba? Oh, because I copy pasted it. Don't go to Gleba. Stop. Ogora, go. Heck, I didn't realize that'd be a consequence of the copy paste. That's good to know. We'll have to redo our conditions. A mistake for sure, but a fixable one. We'll fix it now. We'll obviously want the cargo. Oh, that means these are skunked now too. That's annoying. Definitely a blunder. I was trying to copy the middle part deliberately too because I was like, oh, this will make it so much easier, but no, that was a blunder. Thankfully, this needs to be the same. The big thing that needs to change is the request for the science. Okay, circuit condition. I would like to have our fluids. I did the thing again where I second guess which one was higher and which one was lower. We want that over 17K, so we'll set those to be over 17K. 17K. And then I would like our bullets to also be red. Or ammunition? Magazine. We got it on the third try. We always make it eventually. Never mind, I'm silly. I appreciate you looking out either way. Very much appreciated. Over 500 of those, please. And then we will do our cargo one. I probably should have done it at the top to line it up, though. Oh, you can drag them, I think. We can drag them, thankfully. So item count. We want to have greater than or equal to 1,000 of these science packs. That is less than or equal to. God, those are so confusing. So we can yoink that one up there, and there we go. We want to change this over to that. Perfect. We fixed how it was before. Hopefully this just solves most of our problems. It looks like the ammo goes crazy now, being that we're already capped on it, basically. This does seem to be quite the boon. Calcite is up to 100 here, which means it certainly won't make it past 200. It'll probably make it to like 130 at best, so I'll set it to 120. Good to learn. We'll do the same thing over here as well. Okay, the Apollo should be good. It's now retrofitted, so we're going to have it go do its science again. Tigleba, be gone. And again, it has no... It's not going to look for a specific amount of Gleba science. It's just going to grab as much as it humanly can, and then, I guess, as much as it space platforming can, and then it'll come back. Good, 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 good. So is Fulgora still running? It is. So I have confidence now that I can leave Fulgora if I have to. We've almost discovered a kilo. That one took a long time, surprisingly. I guess it's just because you have to, like... Man, this science is so slow. I know that I've said it before, but, like, it's tough. Even with the inductor not being here for a while, like, yeah, it's importing some now, but there's just, like, no science on the planet. We know how we can fix it to an extent. How's our fluids doing? Yeah, it hasn't run out of holmium yet, but it hasn't gone up. How are our modules coming along? All Fulgora music. Bunch of uncommon quality 2s. Our first epic efficiency. Holy 76% energy consumption down. That's incredible. And let us upgrade these. These are roughly in the order I want them. Efficiency's less so. I mean, they certainly have some merit, but they're less exciting to me. I'm gonna dump my lower quality modules again, so that these will start chipping through them as time goes on. Bots are keeping busy. I love that for them. It's really interesting when you get to this point when you're like, okay, this is coming from the perspective of someone that started playing, you know, past Space Age being out. Being on Novice and being like, all right, how do I make something as complex as like an engine unit? This is like a lot to take in. Going from that to like, okay, I need to micro. How is this ship doing? Cool. It looks like Leba's doing fine right now, but we need to adjust this. Like, it's a really different experience. They really have you put on like very, very different hats as time goes on. It's fun. It's certainly fun. It's just, gosh. I'm bouncing between everything over and over again now. Let us look at our power. I assume that we're still fine. The power is over here. This scares me with all of these looking such different directions now. They must be getting really feisty with how much they're spreading. Yeah, it looks like the solid fuel is doing just fine, which is what I expected. Or rocket fuel. None of the belts look dead. Ooh, that's a real problem, maybe? No. That's not a problem. This belt is deliberately just a bunch of excess spoilage. Cool. I haven't seen like a green belt like this with a bunch of spoilage on it in a while. I was like, something broke. Something is awful. Panic. No panic required this time. We should probably start shipping carbon fiber at some point. That's what I'm thinking currently. Or maybe storing more of it. Because I know we're gonna need carbon fiber for stuff. I don't remember what stuff, though. Carbon fiber. It's for, like, the endgame stuff, right? Okay, it's... Quantum processors take the special thing from everywhere, assuming that lithium plate is one. Looks like it has to be made on either... I assume that's a space platform or a kilo, so that's interesting that we can make it above a kilo, and it's made in an electromagnetic plant specifically. It's used in foundation... which can go over lava, oil, ocean, and most water. Oh, okay. That's our solution to a more diverse power grid as foundation. Oh, heck. We finished a kilo. Or I guess we didn't finish it. We discovered it. A freezing wasteland with bottomless oceans of liquid ammonia that cannot be landfilled. Precarious icebergs are the closest thing to solid ground and can be extended with floating ice platforms. Structures and belts will freeze if not heated by adjacent heat pipes or other hot structures, but must be placed on concrete to not melt the ice below. Yeah, I understand someone... I remember one of the chatters were like, yeah, by the way, you can kind of get like soft locked on a kilo. I kind of get it. That sounds like a real problem, so we should make sure that we're properly prepared for it. How far out is a kilo on ye old space map? It's not that far out. It looks like we do have to go from Fulgora or Gleba. I think Fulgora will probably be where we go from, just because we're already knocked up here. Obviously, we're going to want a whole new ship for it. You know, maybe that's what I'll do with the Artemis. Maybe we'll retrofit the Artemis into one of our new age ships, because it should be easy enough to do. I mean, it's just chilling there. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to... What happens if you deconstruct planar a ship? All right, that was awesome. That was totally worth it. I've been thinking about that for a long time, and the intrusive thoughts were definitely like... I don't want to say they were winning, but they were certainly there. So I'm going to Oh, look at how cool that is. Oh, I love that. That was so cool. I'm going to blueprint that, and we're going to just retrofit the Artemis into one of the newer age ships. That is so cool. Oh my god, that was the dopamine that I kind of needed. I guess I didn't need the dopamine, but I'm welcome to see it, you know? I'm actually feeling pretty good today. I didn't realize how much thinner our ships were. You know, we could probably include, I think it was like this. That would make sense, since that would make it easier to get the grabbers to do some grabby. Oh, I'm gonna have to place down some solar panels to get this bad boy running again, though. That's for gosh darn sure. You're probably safe from getting soft locked if you have a good bot network on each planet. Even if you can't leave it, you can send more. That's a good point. That's a very good point. This is so cool. So we will need some solar panels to get started here. And this will eventually start. I'm going to pause the thrust on this bad boy. Honestly, the Artemis is going to evolve into our assuming it can make it there, this is going to be our Kilo ship. From being one of our worst performing ships to our new herald into the new age. I like that. I'm excited to go to a Kilo. Like, I had at least seen a little bit of the other planets, not much, but a Kilo I have seen nothing of. Oh, look at that. The Artemis is proud, standing back up. It's already got the nuclear reactor up and everything. Look at it. It's so cool. We could just like slam a ship down like this now. Oh man, Factorio feels so good. It's like free dopamine. So cool. Okay, so the Artemis will now be a Kilo ship. Chilling at Novice. Yeah, we'll get everything shipped up. It's already like close to being functional, which is crazy. Wonder if I should give the Starfarer the treatment too. I probably should. You know what? Let's do it. I mean, the Starfarer doesn't really need it either, but eventually it'll need it. You know, I'll let the Starfarer keep its old design for now. But if it's going to a newer place, it's got to get the newer design. I like the old one though. It's nostalgic, you know? But I also feel like the Artemis deserves a glow up. I've been a little rude to him. It's nice doing like sub projects while I'm doing something else. Like, I'm kind of waiting for quality modules. Something that we could toy with that's been kind of racking my head. Should we just make quality science and then suck it up? It's like a lot more efficient to my memory than normal science. Can I look at it specifically like a specific quality of it? I think I can if I place a plant down here. Because I can change the recipe to like specifically call for, we'll say, a rare one. Yeah, these are 300%, so they go up 100% each time then. Let me think. If we roll an uncommon one, if we roll an epic one, it's worth 4 science packs in one. The issue is that getting on a ship is going to be such a pain. I have considered that this could be an option. Maybe we make quality 3s with really good quality, and then we'll be cooking with them. For now, let's up the productivity as high as we can. I just wish that I could have the ship go, all right, whatever type of this specific item, let's say electromagnetic science, you have 1,000 of it you can fill in these 10 slots. Fill up these 10 slots of it with the highest quality that we have available on the ship. So put in like 10 epic and then like 50 50 of the rare ones, 100 of the uncommon ones, 50 more of the uncommon ones, and then fill the rest with normal. Like, that would be so nice. I would love if a rocket would do that. I'm sure it's maybe possible if you're, like, really good with whatever the heck it's called. Circuits and stuff like that. And combinators, but it's a lot for me. What do you mean not enough to fill one rocket? I assume you're being silly right now. I'm guessing because the rockets are all used up. Did the inductor pick up its science yet? It did. Go home. I know that you don't have enough stuff yet, but it's time. I want to take advantage of the remainder of this gleb of science that's on this belt. Although we don't really have anything to do with the gleb of science right now, do we? I guess the asteroid productivity could be a good idea. Rocket fuel productivity might not be a bad idea either. I really like the asteroid productivity. Now, unfortunately, for better or worse, we are getting a really tremendous amount of gleb of science. Is your other ship holding on to them? I thought I dropped them. Let me see. None on there. The Starfarer, you didn't pick them up? Nope. It says available on planet 2. My assumption was just all of the stuff was filled. I don't care if it's enough to fill a rocket, buddy. You think I care about that? You're putting barrels of water in without any rhyme or reason. Weird. I feel like I've never had an issue with it doing before when I've called for something to be constructed. What if I do that? Does that do anything for you? Does that get your gander? I guess I can manually fill a rocket. Strange. We'll ask for the uncommon foundries, and we'll ask for what were we looking for? It was not pipes. Storage tank? Is that the word? Storage tank. Perfect. And which one needed that? Was it the Apollo? No, it was the Artemis. Right. Weird. I could have sworn that worked just fine for setting up the other ships. Okay, perfect. And then I'm gonna just wait for the other things, then we'll ship it up and it'll be fine, I guess. Really don't know why it's fussing about these storage tanks. What do you mean there's 0 on the planet? Are we out of iron? Oh no, I just probably don't have iron in a box anywhere. Is that what it is? Yeah, that's probably what it is. It's like, did we run out of iron on Novice? I don't know how to tell you this, but in regards to iron, we have none. That does seem to be the issue. I'm surprised we don't have any in a box anywhere. Perfect. So we'll just send that up to the Artemis. Deconstruct this. And then boom. The Artemis is good to go-ish. We need to turn on this group of requests here. I don't know what we're going to need exactly on a kilo other than obviously some kind of heat pipes and stuff. That one's a given. Oh my god, I can actually select a kilo. That's crazy. Okay, so we can start filling up the uranium fuel cells because this is all going to be very slow. Very, very slow. We have a very big demand. I probably should have set these up later because of how big their power demand is. Yeah, we're doing about 360 kilowatts of the 19 megawatts we need. I think there may be a briefing you could read in tips and tricks. Which tab is that? There it is. I love pole dragon coverage. Why? I didn't know that it would... That's crazy. I was just thinking about how they go like maximum range if you drag them. I didn't know that they would prioritize not missing anything. This game's crazy. That's genuinely not a mechanic. A kilo briefing. Whoa, I didn't know this was a thing. I would have read these all before. That's cool. Planet Kilo is a freezing wasteland. Most distant planet where usage of solar panel is practically impossible. Logistics robots and construction robots are much weaker here. The only familiar resource is crude oil. So the base will be dependent on planetary logistics. Well, I'm glad we updated our ships. The player could end up stranded without enough support from other planets. The surface is quite small and needs to be expanded. Oceans can be landfilled by ice platform to be walkable. Concrete is used as foundation for buildings and protects the ice from melting. Entities need to be heated using a heating tower and a heat pipe. Okay, so initial thoughts without having done anything. If heating towers are going to need to be necessary and heat pipes are necessary, and we have an ocean of crude oil, I think. Is it an ocean of crude oil? Oh, that looks so cool. Entity heating tower can generate heat from fuel and does not stop burning at maximum temperature. Use heat pipes as transferred to other entities. Oh my god, this looks like it'd be like an Arknight's mechanic. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, is that to at least start out, assuming that the crude oil is not that bad to get, but we're certainly going to need a heating tower to start getting the crude oil. I like whatever the heck this is. This thing is so cool. Ah, okay, so it's showing how it goes along the pipe. So we're going to need to have a lot of heating pipes, and those are really expensive. So I'm going to definitely need to start making a crap load of those on Novice. That's cool. I'm glad this exists because I would have never thought about bringing that many heating pipes. Cool. Cool. So Novice, you are making heating pipes and we need you to crank that up to 11. I typed in Novice, I meant to type in heating pipe. Yeah, you can go ahead and just make those. Like, kind of go bananas with it. Honestly, you have the freedom. You're only one crafter anyways, you'll take a while to fill up, but we should definitely set that now. I don't know if we're going to need a crazy amount of heat exchangers or not. Wow, you just have never been able to make more heat exchangers because of some weird underground. Crazy. But just in case, I'm going to focus on those as well. Heating towers, are those necessary to make on Gleba, or can you make them elsewhere? No, they can be made anywhere. I would have expected them to be a necessity on Gleba. I'm surprised. Heating tower. Looks like we had it crafted here at one point, but didn't make more of them. We definitely want to start making those on Novice as well, because we're certainly going to need at least some of them. A heating tower. Does quality affect these at all? Looks like the constant consumption changes, but not like the actual speed in which it heats up. Oh, it produces more power as well. Cool. I don't think we're gonna need an insane amount of heating towers, but we will need some. I don't want to use up all of our heat pipes for them. They have a stack size of 20 and a rocket capacity of 10. I guess we'll have this many. This is probably overkill anyways. The inductor is doing what it needs to. 151 SPM. You know, better than nothing, that's for sure. It takes so much at the next tier. Oh man, we have so much Gleba science. I guess we have so much Gleba spoilage. Oh, you know, I don't have an off-put for the spoilage at the end of this line, do I? That's something we need to fix. Thankfully, this should be easy enough to just plug back into our spoilage system. I added these in for aesthetic at the end. Cool. I knew we had removing spoilage from the machines as something available, but I didn't realize that we didn't have it at the end yet. Oh, it looks so good. I know this isn't even that fancy, but this is like one of the things I'm most proud of for sure. It's super aesthetic. Do you think we can run the base off the spoilage that comes out of our biolabs? Probably not, but unless... Thank goodness, by the way, that there's no, like... Imagine the temperature caps on this and it's like, no, we won't take any more. You gotta figure out a way to burn this energy. Oh, there would be many a power switch set up. Heating tower gets too hot and melts? Oh my god, that's even worse. You look over and you just see a little pile of sludge. I really like how biolabs sound. I don't know why. Cool. So as long as we're doing research, I don't think it's going to be possible for our science to like back up fully. Like I don't think we're ever going to see electromagnetic science popping out here unless we stop doing research for a bit, but I don't see a benefit to that other than like the aesthetic value. There you go, we're up to 349 SPM now. That's a little bit better. Now that all the labs are cooking. Our things are making better trips now. We've improved that. We have the Artemis, which is now a fully functional ship for going out to a kilo. I hope. I don't know how different it'll be, but it doesn't run off solar panels anyway, so it'll be fine. So we can start planning this around a kilo. I'm going to remove things that I assume we're not going to need. Solar panels don't work. We're going to want bots, but they're less efficient. But I imagine we probably want at least some bots there. We're going to want a request for heating tower. Are we full on water? We're not. Okay, so that's funny. I was like, man, we're really stocking up on water a lot, huh? No, stop. Please. Okay, there we go. These are not trimmed close enough. There we go. Definitely nice to figure this out before we left and then suddenly we weren't able to get rid of our excess stuff. Cool. We're low on calcite, which does make sense. As we've been backed up for a little bit, so there's not much calcite coming through. Plus, there's like a very big demand of calcite once we're filling up our thrusters for the first time on a ship, so it makes complete sense. We did successfully start the nuclear reactor, so with that started, we can get rid of these as well. Cool. So the Artemis is going to be our kilo ship. I'd like to try to go to a kilo sooner than later, to be honest with you. Maybe it's dumb to do that so early, but like, our ships are delivering stuff. Sure, our science isn't the fastest, but we're doing it. What are electromagnetic towers used for? They're the ones for... Oh, right. I wanted to do that on... Did I drop off electromagnetic towers on Novice? I meant to. No, I did the thing I did like several times now. Unbelievable. There's just an incredible amount of... I was wondering, like, I was like, man, I know we're delivering, like, not much electromagnetic science, but there sure is a lot of it here. Oh, no. Okay, well, good news. We're probably going to see the whole thing filled with science. Bad news is I made a dumb McIdiot head again, which is really unfortunate. Which side of the belt do we need this to go on? It goes on this side, so this should be like this. Heck. I didn't notice all that pink science in there. So we do have some electromagnetic plants though, which is nice. So I want to redo the circuits on here because I think our blue circuits are probably hurting really bad. Yeah, I'll say. Okay, actually they're not that bad. Strangely enough, it's our LDS that's hurting. Can you make LDS and anything else? Or is it just low density structure? Just that, okay. I am going to have a lot of pink research. I did that with the Gleva stuff too, and that's why there's so much random spoilage in there. Which I thought I had requested tested out of there before, but I guess I didn't. Oh, look at it go. Everything is awesome, except now we don't have Gleva. Is the Apollo just chilling right now? Why are you on passenger present? Go get my Gleba science so it looks pretty. You're not passenger present, so you're doing everything fine. The Artemis I don't want going anywhere, so please don't go anywhere. I swear, if you go to a kilo without me, I'm gonna be real upset. Oh, so there we go. We do have a full pink belt of science now. Go figure. I'm going to make the request 10k. I don't know how much is actually in there. I just want to remove them all from here, and then I'm going to remove the request altogether, because if we leave the request on, the bots will see it in here and then be like, ooh, we should put it in here, which is not necessary. Oh my god. I know 10k science can't fit in here. I was like thinking it was going so slow, and sure, it's not the fastest, but it was going a lot faster than thousands of science in a box. Holy guacamole. Well, I feel better about our Fulgora science suddenly. What a blunder. You can make LDS and Foundry too? Oh, okay. Well, we'll probably want to upgrade that. So I'm thinking the bullet points are going to be basically replacing this upper part of the factory at some point. Foundrying the LDS is probably a good idea because we need so much of it now with how many ships are firing off of Novice. It might not be as bad just because, like, anytime we make a new ship like the Artemis or retrofit a ship, it's like really stressful on it. I honestly thought our blue circuits were just going to be gunked, but they weren't gunked at all. They're like pretty much fine. Oh my god, there's still so much they're grabbing. No way. I mean, it's only like 4,000, but still, like, that's a significant amount of science. Okay, it's like 4,500. There's only a few left in there, I'm pretty sure. Perfect. I don't know why this is still yellow. There's 204 on the way? Where from? Oh, are you grabbing them from... I forgot this box was a thing. Good, I should have set that up beforehand anyways. I was just science sitting there doing nothing. But look, it fits into one requester chest. It's fate. We did it. Oh my god, I can't believe that happened. I'm like genuinely like distraught right now. My logistics storage has -4 or -8 spoilage in it. You know, I probably sent some spoilage over because we would need it for something, but like, look, we're making spoilage on Novice now with our science packs, as sad as it is. Alright, you're now full. So we came in at... Wait, that's even more than I thought. Oh my god, it's 2,000 per line. This is 9,000 science. Okay, well, at least we figured it out, okay? So that's good. I need to have a more eloquent solution for this if I'm going to be making all the science here, because this can only fit one more science for its blacklist. I guess I could whitelist the few things that we don't necessarily need. There's so many foundries here too. Oh, because we have a request for mining drills, not foundries. Maybe we chill on those a little bit. Oh, you know what it was? It was probably the no, because we used up the bioflux. Maybe there was another shipment of bioflux that snuck in. Cool. Yeah, the foundry was definitely a critical upgrade for us. How's the calcite looking? Not stellar quite yet. Thankfully, it has time to build up, but it's just because it's like going into oxidizer and stuff. Like, it's fine. It just takes a little bit. We're not planning on leaving for a kilo today or anything like that, so we can leave it for the time being. Everything broke. I think we said something to the effect of, oh, we have no way to get rid of these iron plates, but we'll deal with it eventually. Something like that. Wait. No, we did set it up. We just told it to stop working. Heck. Oh my gosh. That is a tremendously fast recycler. Can you get bigger trash slots? I guess it doesn't really matter. Yeah, whenever I see the oxide like that, I'm always tempted to just like if I just send the Artemis to just like chill over Fulgora for a bit, it'll almost certainly fuel up faster. So I'm like tempted to, but also it's like, it's still filling its water and stuff. Like, it's fine. It doesn't have to rush. So clearly we're not processing these gear wheels quick enough anymore either, are we? I was thinking that this would be sufficient, but let's ramp up our deconstruction of the iron. Should be able to just plug in a green wire to here, give it some power, and then should speed up at least a little bit. It's my birthday. I'm going to use blue speed module 2 as if I want to. Speaking of, I don't know if I talked about this or not, but I accidentally missed my sister's birthday, and that felt awful. Like, she's forgotten my birthday before in the past too. It's not like that big of a deal, but I like try to pride myself in keeping track of that, and I was like, all right, the day's coming. The day's coming, don't forget it. And then would you know it, I looked at the date one day and I was like, huh, where'd the past 2 weeks go? Real ultra blender. She wasn't mad at me or anything, but I was pretty mad at myself. We are producing so much of this. Dang, I didn't realize how conked we were on iron. I'm curious if we're also going to be messed up on processing these all together. It looks like the answer is yes. Hey, we got asteroid productivity 3. That should help us a little bit. I guess we'll just let things go now. I'm going to just let the Gleba science, I guess, rot for now. It feels bad, but like, we're burning it. Hopefully it won't back up. We'll have to see. I don't think we will. We have so many uncommon speed modules. Love this. We're going to leave Fulgora, and then when we come back to it, we're just going to have so many nice modules. I would like to set up if I can, before we get too far into a kilo, I'd like to set up stuff for quality 3 or module 3 is not quality 3. That would be nice. I really didn't realize the gear wheels were going to get so bad, which is dumb and like a super big blunder, because obviously they were going to get bad. They're the most abundant thing here. There's no reason they wouldn't get bad. They deserve to get bad. Like, this is how it should be. Heck, I don't know what I was trying to accomplish. This ain't it, though. This is kind of it. I certainly need some kind of condition to check when to go for this, though. The gear wheels aren't that important. But just like when this is almost full, we should have it activate. So we're going to be looking at these and we'll say when it's over 4,000. How about that? And probably change that to a stack inserter because I think that'll be quicker. And boom, these kick on. Cool, that should work. These are activating when this is over 4,000, so it's not activated now. I did not set up the enable disable on this. I thought I hooked it in. Whoops, I just did that backwards. I just overwrit the one I didn't want to. Cool. So those will kick on if things get too spicy down here. The Artemis is looking good. I really like this new ship design. It works so well. I don't even know if these really ever get kills, these ones back here, but I think they're nice to protect the thrusters on the back. In theory, we could upgrade all the belts on these to green as well. There'd be a big benefit to that. I guess asteroids would get around quicker. Cool, our thruster oxidizer is full. Oh, this is on the Artemis too. I'm surprised that the thruster fuel also got full so quickly. So that means that any of the extra calcite is going down and now slowly stacking up here because our bullets are full as well. Okay, so this ship is like basically skyworthy now. Spaceworthy, sea ready, whatever the term you'd use is. It's ready to heck and go. It's ready to throw hands. And Volgora is looking okay. Gleba's not falling apart, but I'm a little concerned with the fact that Gleba's clearly firing a lot now. Yeah, because this was like almost full before. I guess it wasn't almost full. Actually, I lied. We can see exactly how many it fired. It fired like 5. So maybe it hasn't been that bad. But I need to remember to keep an eye on this because like the only thing keeping Gleba from falling apart is the artillery just obliterating anything that comes into that circle. I could also take the Spidertrons for a run. They don't have armor or anything, but I could probably make it really quick and probably just microing the 3 of them. Honestly, I kind of want to do it for fun. But do we have vision of where they walk is the question. We do. Huh. I'll be honest with you, I didn't think we'd be able to see where they're walking. They're so slow without their exos, though. I could see them being in danger, potentially, if there's a bigger group. This is good intel, though, because in my experience, at least with tanks, trying to remote control a tank, you wouldn't be able to see where you were going unless you had vision there, which was a big pain. Oh, they do take a radar to craft. Holy moly. Look at all the rafts over there. You know what? Go, 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 go! Strike them while they're weak! Oh my god, there's so many nests that were over here. Hoping we have enough rockets to just kind of do this one straight up. Cool. I'd say more Spidertrons. I think you're absolutely correct, to be honest with you. 500 Spidertrons? I don't know if I've agreed more with something someone said in a while. It may be wise for us to just do cursory drive-thrus with the Spidertrons every now and then. Because, like, that was a very thick nest. That was not nearly as thick when I saw it initially. Can you do the StarCraft thing? You can! Oh, right. I forgot it told me that. Cool, 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 cool. It's like the same input, too. They've gotten a little injured, admittedly. They don't have a tremendous amount of health on their own. Cool, so they show up there and then they go home. Spidertrons, no, please, no. Come on, they're so cool. What's wrong with Spidertrons? They're so leggy and cool. I hope they get repaired when I send them home. Look at my name. Oh, I see. I see. That makes sense. I'm sorry, a swarm of biters. It makes sense that you wouldn't be too big on Spidertrons. Look away for a moment. They're done. Look, it's just pentapods they go after. We have to see who has more legs. And it turns out the Spidertrons have more legs, so they beat the pentapods. Oh, look, it's such a beautiful thing. Mech armor's coming. Oh my god, the 353 SPM. Look at the belt. I gotta post in the group chat again? No, there's no way. I can't get away with posting it twice in the group chat, right? This time with all the belts filled. And we'll do the painted nails. Can we do that? Nail care. There we go. Oh, that looks so good. The group chat's gonna love it and not get angry. You didn't make the belts form a rainbow, though? I'll be honest with you, I didn't even consider that that was possible. Deferred testing equips legendary exoskeletons. Yeah, pretty much. They just look cool now. They remind me of, like, I don't know why. I was gonna say a fair. You know the weird lights they have flashing at a fair that kind of go sequentially? That's kind of what they make me think of now. I am willing to make the belts form a more satisfying color spectrum, though. That could be fun. I'm just glad that these ships are working. Because, man, ships were really tough for me initially. They still kind of are. Like, I'm not playing it off. I'm just proud of myself that I came up with this really eloquent solution that totally works. Although with a bunch of ships requesting water, we surprisingly don't make enough water. I think it's just because the Aquilo ship, the Artemis, was requesting so much at once. Where is that water production? Are we out of steel? No, we just make this really slow. Boom. Barrel production. Surely we have a bulk inserter somewhere. There it is. We're saved. Wait, you ship water to your space platforms? Yeah, a little. I do in fact ship water to my space platforms. It works great. It's economic too. I don't know. Okay, so on the planet, there's just water in the planet. There's like these giant gaping holes of water, right? That is a really nasty looking one. But look at this one. This looks much cleaner. So I put it into a barrel and then I put it into space. It works so well. It really helps get them off the ground, and if they're ever low on water, like, they get fueled up so much quicker. I love it. Honestly, I didn't even think about foundries in space until it was mentioned to me, so I'm taking a conventional approach, which is to say everything is a little spaghetti, but that's part of the fun, right? Okay, so the Apollo's dropping off stuff. We're working on mech armor that's almost done.
Planetis, thanks for following.
I appreciate you, Planet Ace. Appreciate the follow. All the science is going to spoil. Do we have a spoil off put here? We do. We automatically do. Ah, that's how that spoiler got there, or the spoilers got there. Agricultural was spoiling in here and then going in here. We do have a requester for it now, too. What do we want to research after mech armor is a solid question. I think it might be time for quality 3s. May as well just go through the route here. Just grab any sort of like things. We only have these sciences left, these 5, and then we can go into unlimited ones, I guess. We'll also eventually get cryogenic. What do we get from this? I want to peek. Captive biter spawner. Thank goodness. I really want to get this because then we can start doing some fun things with biter eggs now that I understand how they work. What else do we have available from cryogenic? Those quantum processors, the foundations, legendary quality. I thought that took the next science pack. Yes, that's so exciting. I really want legendary quality. I want to make a legendary Spidertron. I know it's probably not that hard to do in general, but that's my big goal now that I've made a Spidertron. Rocket part productivity? Holy moly, what a research. They give you some cool stuff for space later on. I don't know what a fusion reactor is or a cryogenic plat. It looks like it crafts, or if you craft lithium plate, you can make stuff for cryogenics. I don't really understand that. Cool. We're almost like at the end of the line though. That's so cool. Research productivity will be a nice thing to get to. But either way, for now, we'll take what we can get. We have the mech armor. We'll finish up those other ones. We'll set up some infinite one. I guess mining productivity might as well, since we have that one part way done. It looks like it'll get done pretty quick. Just to have some unlimited science going. I don't want the science to be stopping. Now that we have the ships actually functionally bringing science over, I want to be good with them. I would like to change these to quality, but man, getting quality science in the thing is going to suck. I guess it won't necessarily be that bad. If I make quality science and I just put in a request, it'll only pick up 1,000 at a time, but it'll just take so long to get 1,000 quality science with what I'm working with right now. Ooh, an epic quality module. Heck. I didn't think control clicking would replace them. So now we have a 17% chance. See, when you start stacking them, they go crazy. We can do some really wacky stuff eventually. I just looked up, you can send up 5,000 water in one rocket. It's insanely economical. I'm telling you, like, I stumbled upon it just because I was like really struggling to supply enough water to the ships I was making. And then I was like, you know what? This kind of goes crazy. Quality module 3 is going so fast. Oh, I'm just feeling myself right now. I'm glad that this isn't back in anymore. So I think we're going to leave Fulgora. We're not good to leave. Something else broke. Oh my god, my uncommon speed modules are so heckin' cool though. So weird. Why are we still requiring so many steel chests? How is this out of Roboport range when it's already been filled? I appreciate the hydrate redeem. I figured out where all this steel was going. Make sure you're staying hydrated. You know, I said I was making a lot of buffers on Fulgora. This is not exactly what I meant. Cool. I mean, buffer chests are probably cool, right? I genuinely like spicy take incoming, I guess. Passive provider chest makes sense to me. Storage chest makes sense to me. Requester chest makes sense to me. I have no idea what a buffer chest or an active provider chest does. I haven't the fuzziest clue. Like, I know that they exist. I know that it says it requests specific items for personal logistics and automated construction. How is that different from a requester chest? Why are you a spider? That's a good question. I didn't really think about that before this moment. I guess I don't have to be a spider. I could be an engineer instead. But being a spider is so much more convenient because you walk over everything. But it is a nice philosophical question. Why are we what we are? Oh, you know what? We can make mech armor now. We should do that as well well, I think we have to make it here. Maybe we don't have to make it here. No, it could be made anywhere. We may as well make it and upgrade our armor. I do want to try to roll for higher quality mech armor. So if we can do that, that would be quite nice. It looks like it's made in... doesn't say. So I'm guessing just an assembler. We're gonna go for our mech armor. Mech armor is really cool. Whoops. Will it consume all of the stuff in my armor? I should probably just take it out to be safe. Oh my god, I'm so slow now. I gotta live in the spider. We can't run at that slow of a speed. So we need superconductors, supercapacitors, and holmium. Okay, that's enough of those. I don't think there's going to be enough superconductors or supercapacitors on a belt right now, but we're going to try. I don't remember how much it was. Oh, it's only 50. We got plenty of them. Cool, we're actually good. That was not bad. Yes, absolutely. Quality modules is certainly the right play. I was thinking about that too. Can we roll a purple one at the end as a prank? Okay, so I'm going to temporarily steal these. That's fine. We'll just make them green for now. Green's fine. Okay. I don't ask for much. I know my first Spidertron popped out uncommon with like a 8% chance or whatever. I know. And it seems like I'm asking for a lot here. But wouldn't it be the funniest thing ever if it popped out epic? Just like as a prank. Hypothetically. Wouldn't it be really funny? We gotta do the spider dance around it. That'll get it going. Increases the quality about 4%. Oh my god, did you guys know that trains have lights? That actually freaked me out. I guess it's because I've had the the night vision equipment for so long. We're just gonna watch it until it's done. Alright, we have quality modules 3 available to us now, which makes every single module 3, I think. Cool, 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 cool. I forgot we can make these now as well. Oh my god, they take electrolyte and superconductors. I mean, that's cool, but like... Alright, here we go. Good luck, good luck. Please, I don't ask for much. I'll take it. Honest to goodness, that... Look. Spooned absolutely out of my mind, but I'll take it. We will absolutely take an uncommon one. Oh, our inventory is so awkward now. There's so much space in here. You could fit so many portable fission reactors in this bad boy. I'm gonna make 4 more exoskeletons. I think that's the normal human reaction to what just happened. That's the wrong thingummy one. Oh yeah, so these are cool too. I know about this one because you can stand on machines now, which means trains can't hit me anymore, which means my earlier train deaths in this playthrough, like 60 hours ago, are no longer relevant. Yeah, walking around in this is so cool. I'm super excited. Wait, am I faster than the Spidertron now? It kind of feels like it. Did it make any? Where did I start making those? Oh, did I forget to put my Roboport in? Whoops. Yikes. Oh, we're gonna be so quick. We're gonna be, like, destructively quick. And hit me with an epic one, just for good measure. As a prank. I should just start recycling these. I should upcycle exoskeletons until we have better ones. Nothing broke over there yet. Come on. I'm letting it run a few extra times. I know we got lucky with the armor, so I can't complain. Alright, fine. Whatever. I didn't even want more fast legs. Heck, I can only fit one more. Oh my god, we're a menace now. We're like faster than the train. And we have a little smoke line between us or behind us when we're flying. Oh, this is awesome. I don't even think lightning could hit us if it wanted to. On concrete, we actually just rip now. That's awesome. I have put legs in my Spidertron, I have. There's some in there. How did you get 50 productivity modules, buddy? What are you doing with those? Being productive, I bet. Okay, so let us restore these back over here and then the rare ones as well. And hopefully we'll roll some more epic quality ones sooner than later. These need to go into here. No. I want you to break these down. Look, I certainly could put quality modules in these recyclers. I did consider that. That is a whole extra can of worms that I am not emotionally prepared for. Energy Shield Mark IIs are good. I don't really know if we need them, though. Oh, we should make them for the Spidertrons. Duh. That's an obvious reason to do it. But for ourselves, it's not super necessary. How is Gleba doing on ammo? I fired like 30 shots. Yeah, it needs... I mean, I guess it doesn't need more, but I fired like a lot of shots. There were just so many of them there, and I figured if we just kind of kablooied them, hit them with the Boom Boom Bakudan, we'd be fine. This said, I think I want maybe... I don't know if the Starfarer can make the trip. You know what? The Artemis is straight chilling right now. It's not doing anything. I'm going to have it request to go... We're going to add a station. Remove the Aquila one for now. We're going to have it go by Volcanus. We're going to make it request some... What do you call it? Artillery shells. We'll have a request. We'll say 20 of them. I would rather you import those from Volcanus and Novice. Not that Novice like really needs the excess. Honestly, it might be easier to do. Either way, I'm gonna have it go, and I'm gonna wait until we need to set up circuit conditions. I guess we don't have to. I'll just do passenger present. I'll do this one manually. I just want to manually like make sure that there's like a good chunk. These take up 10 spots each, so it's going to take up a lot to even go there. I want to make sure that we have a good chunk of artillery shells, basically, whenever we go anywhere. Just to, like, occasionally drop them down to Gleba. Why do you not break down the green ones, then recraft the green ones with modules and for literally 10 times the chance of EP? Why do I not do that? Because I hadn't put it together yet. That's a really good point. I did not, in fact, connect the dots that I should be breaking down my green ones. Me and quality still need to understand each other a little bit better. We're not quite there yet. That is a good point, and I should definitely set that up. Okay, so we're gonna have you pick this up, and then we're gonna add a station to you to Gleba, and we'll just do passenger present there as well. Once you get your artillery shells, we'll deal with them. Haven't yet gotten a second base with quality. No, I've barely got base 1 down. We'll get to it though. I'd like to, like I was saying before, I'd like to have it so that this island over here. Did we drop any more cliff explosives here? We haven't yet. I'd like to have it so that this base here, or this island here, is going to be used for quality. I really like the shape of it. I think it spawned really nicely. We actually just kind of rip speed now. Oh, I love that we have a little like smoke trail. I know it's like probably the jetpack like getting rid of stuff. Wait, you actually have cliff explosives? Did you just have one? Where are these in my inventory? Oh no, we did drop some off. Okay, I saw that red on the map and it's bothering me. I know that it like is our jetpack releasing fire or whatever, but it just makes me feel like we're going so fast that we're like burning through everything. It's like putting like flames on your helmet when you're a kid, you know? Makes you feel like you're faster, or like putting a stripe on a racing car. Okay. So the science and everything's looking good. I'm not really making much progress right now. I guess I'm just like appreciating stuff at the moment. I say the science is looking good and the chart just kind of goes straight off a cliff. The inductor is coming back to drop off stuff. I think maybe next time I'll hop on the inductor and leave Fulgora, not Gleba, as it is. I'm gonna have this go now because it has the last part of it. What do you mean putting flames on it does make it faster? See, you totally get it. 100%. I'm gonna remove that request. It's gonna drop off, or I'll manually drop off all this stuff when it reaches Gleba. Then we can have it come back home. But I think we are going to. Oh, I didn't realize you could mouse over it and see like at the top the travel of how close it is to like getting back to Fulgora. Damn, the inductor is so fast now. That is so cool. It's annoying to get it working, but when it works, it is satisfying. That's for gosh darn sure. Right, the Artemis has... Honestly, I might hop on the Artemis and go home. The orcs got it right. The red one does go faster. Absolutely correct. Okay, so we've arrived on Gleba. So I'm gonna just drop all the artillery shells. I think it's only gonna request like 20 of them or whatever, but this should keep it good for a while. As long as there's no stupid people doing like really dangerous attacks on a bunch of stompers randomly, we should be good. I wonder if defenses will become a problem again. Like on Gleba, we have rocket turrets abound, but like on the off chance, just like we'll say 10 large stompers come. Is there any chance that we survive? I don't know. I guess that's why autosaves exist, huh? But the base hasn't fallen yet, so surely it's good enough. This being said, now that we've dropped that off, I'm going to have the Artemis go back home once it has enough supplies to make it home. And then it'll stay there. I do think I'm going to wrap up for now, though. I need to eat something. It's later than I thought it was anyways. I know it's on the shorter side of a stream, and I apologize, but... Unfortunately, I have to pack for this weekend and stuff, too, because I'm going... taking a long trip to go see my mom for the weekend, which will be nice, so... I'm going to wrap up here. It was fun, though. Hopefully you had fun. Appreciate y'all hanging around. It's been a good time for me. We'll be back on Monday, certainly, but... Tuesday, probably, because I might still be there on Monday. I think I'm staying there on Monday and not coming home until late Monday, so probably not Monday, but I will be back on Tuesday if you guys want to hang around more. Either way, I appreciate you. Thanks for hanging around. Hopefully we'll see you next time. Bye for now.